I'm horribly depressed.
Same.
Welcome to the Run North podcast. How you guys doing?
Oh no, your favorite football team is 9-4. Oh no.
No.
Well, they technically just
dude,
lost their shot at the
whatever.
division. Basically.
Losing a game is still losing a game.
I know.
Yeah,
I
Miller,
know.
I was going to say,
Being
you're
an
depressed
asshole.
every time the Bears lose. We're allowed to be depressed too.
No, I know. It's just the Packers, so I'm being an asshole.
That's fair. Dude, the Lions annoy me. But, oh yeah, Miller, how are
Same,
you?
but I'm great. The Packers lost.
I feel like
If it didn't mess
shit.
up the video, I would be so gone right now. You wouldn't even. You don't even know.
Valid.
Uh,
Dude, I feel like shit. So Geeks flu episode, I guess. I don't think I'm gonna cook that well though.
bro, think he might. You think he might?
Maybe I am. Who knows? We'll find out.
Well, I
Does
don't
that-
think Mike is your legal name.
I mean, you don't know. I could have changed it today.
That would be a really weird thing to change it to. What would-
Yeah.
Yeah, just to spite Miller. Out of spite, it's Mike James.
Ew.
That sounds gross. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Packers made me upset.
On the club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Lions do it. Dude, why? I know it'll end up biting them in the ass, but I really wish it would start this always going for it on fourth down thing. Fuck, Jared Goff fell down,
I was
man.
gonna say, I think it was supposed to today, and then it didn't.
Dude, the NFL
Yeah.
script writers are cooking.
Listen,
David Montgomery's
all I'm
aura
saying-
saved them.
would have been better for football if Love had time. Just putting that out there. Would have
Nah.
been.
No,
better
I
for
agree.
football.
I don't care what teams it is. I want to see
More
the guys have a
football,
shot.
Better ratings.
I don't when it's the
Yeah.
Packers.
Well, see, Miller, normally I understand that, but
I'll say right now,
the other
with-
team was more in my way. The Packers don't matter to me.
with 29 out of 32 teams, I will agree. But if it comes down to the Lions, Packers, or Vikings, no, fuck the guy getting a minute or whatever, getting an opportunity. Run the clock out, kick the field goal, and don't let them step foot on the field again. End it boringly. I want to see
Just,
them.
listen,
lose.
Just to add on to my misery, let me just read a few stats for
Oh,
tonight.
God, don't do it.
Lions 34, Packers 31. Thunder 129, Raptors 92. That's 37 points if you can do math. Tampa Bay Lightning 8, San Jose Sharks 1. That is what happened in my sports world. That's what happened tonight. This was all
Jake,
tonight.
If it makes you feel any better, the Bulls beat the Spurs by 15 and Vooch dropped 39 on them.
This is
Damn,
yeah.
Wemby
yeah.
might be washed.
Wembanyama got cooked by fucking Nikola
Yeah,
Vucevic.
Wemby might be
Oh my-
washed.
Nah,
whatever, dude. I can't
Wemby
do
was
it.
guarding Julian Phillips and held him to 9.
Hey, man.
Also, no, Wemby didn't play.
Oh,
Oh,
That's why.
so he's
Jeremy
just a
Sochan
bitch.
is
Okay.
running at center.
So Wemby just a
He's
bitch.
scared of
Okay.
Nikola
Yeah,
Vucevic?
yeah.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm hearing.
You guys are being racist
Some are
to a
saying.
French guy. That's crazy.
No,
Just because he's French, he's a bitch. That's crazy.
no, just
Well,
because
to be
he
fair-
literally ran from the grind, he's a
To,
bitch.
to be fair, our evidence
Nah,
for
he's-
that is
Oh my
Rudy
God.
Gobert.
I mean,
Oh
that
my
is
God.
actually valid. I
If
fucking
one-
hate that
he's-
guy.
We have
He's-
one 7-foot defensive
Frenchman,
like,
and he's a bitch.
Frenchman in
So,
the
like,
NBA, and he's terrible. So
Yeah, and Wemby's the anti-Rudy Gobert.
I don't think
must
so.
be.
We'll see.
Also, Wemby sat out because of his back hurting, meaning that he carried the Spurs too hard.
Nah,
and-
see,
Back hurt.
Wemby just can't put
I
his
can't
team on his
believe-
back like he's Greg
honestly-
Jennings, bro.
I honestly can't believe Pop let him sit for that, dude.
Right?
Pop's the kind of guy where if you're like, hey,
Nah, you
coach,
can
my
tell
back
Pop's
hurts, he's like,
getting
no,
old.
get in there.
You
Well,
can
no,
tell
hold on,
Pop's
it's-
getting old and weak.
It was
The old,
so
yeah,
real-
the old Pop would have smacked him probably.
The old
Yeah,
Pop
but
would have played him
that's like-
48 minutes out of spite.
What is it? It's his bilateral low back soreness.
Soreness, bro. Pop's letting guys sit out for soreness now.
Yeah,
He's
dude.
so
No,
washed.
so like,
Dude,
hold
Pop's
on,
washed.
What
It's
does
Joe over Pop's washed.
bilateral low back mean? pain or discomfort felt on both sides of the lower back, meaning the
Yeah,
pain is present equally on the left and right
I
side.
feel
That
like
was
his
nice.
entire
I was
lower
gonna say
back
I feel
hurt.
like that was
That's
really obvious, Miller.
That's
It kind of
just
told
lower-
you.
Listen, I mean, fair, but
just
like,
a-
I
it's just a
Bilateral
facial-
lower back. It
It's just,
gave
it's just a fancy way of
you-
saying that his lower back hurt.
Yeah.
Like that's
listen. You can never be too careful. You got to check your sources, all right?
check.
Excuse me for wanting to be educated. I know you guys aren't very good at that, but me, I like
Whoa.
to have my sources. and
Hey,
my
whoa! Listen,
documentation.
you can say that to Geek, but I'm in the same boat as you, pal. Actually, did you graduate college?
No.
You didn't.
In my senior year.
So am I. Yeah,
So am I.
Geek isn't.
No.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Hey, where's that high school diploma?
Over
He's
there.
got it.
Actually.
He's got
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
He's got that.
like
at least.
actually, it's right over there.
I know.
I just didn't go to
Technically,
college.
At the current moment, we do all have the same level of education.
That's
until
true.
the spring.
Yeah,
well, no,
well,
even in the spring, he's got another year. He's in his senior year, but he hasn't started his senior year, so it's all the
Mhm.
same.
Oh,
Yeah, Miller's just being a hoe bag. He's taking a gap year.
So
He's just being a
I-
hoe.
alright.
so
yeah, taking a
so
hoe back
in-
to
hey,
handle my
whoa, whoa, whoa.
depression and better myself. How dare
So
I?
Yeah,
in the
man. Maybe
spring,
I'm
what
just taking
hearing-
6 gap years because I'm trying to handle my depression, and that bitch still got me down. Okay.
I was gonna say, if we're
Fuck.
6 years in, I think you lost, man. Time
Nah.
to wrap it up.
All right. I guess let me go get my gun.
Oh, okay. I don't know if we can. All right.
Auditions.
Not again. What I'm hearing is that this spring I will become the most educated member of this podcast, and we'll hold that title for at least another year. That's
Yeah.
what I'm
You'll never
hearing.
be more educated than me. You may be formally educated, but you're not educated in ball like I am.
I'm educated in ball better than you are in literally any sport that isn't football.
That's a
Any
good point.
Okay. Those sports
Any
I do
sport.
not care for,
Yeah,
unfortunately. They
bro's
don't-
just
Yeah,
like,
but-
yeah, I
yeah,
don't care,
ball-
so it doesn't count.
Listen, bro. But here's the thing: ball is not just football. Ball.
Yes,
there's
it
a lot
is.
there's a lot of ball. A lot
For
of ball
the
to talk.
purposes of my
There's
agenda,
ball,
it is.
There's ball.
Yeah, well,
there's
I bet
puck.
I know more about testicles than you do. So how about that?
That's not true.
Good.
I have them.
Okay, prove it right now. Prove it.
No.
I don't want to.
Good.
I
Yeah,
know
because you're
they're there
lying. You
because
don't
they
have
hurt.
them. You're lying.
Um.
Who said that?
Okay.
You don't have them.
This-
This happened.
Can we talk
no.
about football instead of Jake's balls,
No.
please?
I'm sick of football. I'm done with football.
Well, let's think.
No more
well, we're
football.
going.
Well,
we're
I mean,
talking about last
hold
week, though,
on.
Jake. Last week was
Hold
good.
on.
Go back to the happy place.
I
If,
guess that's
we
fair.
wanna talk about ball that's not football,
Oh, God.
Early quick ball
Let's
pull.
go.
Early quick ball pull.
A D4.
no,
Damn.
A D12.
no,
Is it
no.
D&D
Eminem and
related?
his band are not in there. No, not D&D related.
Is it from a movie?
I mean, I'm sure it's been in a movie at some point in time, but I wouldn't say that's what it would be most known
Is
for.
it a household object?
It could be.
Okay,
I hate
let
the
me
way
just
you
narrow it
answer
down. If you had to
questions.
guess, do I have one of these in my apartment? Just guess.
I don't know if you would.
Do I have
Geek?
one in this room or in my house?
Geek, I feel like you'd probably have it.
Okay, so it's something more exclusive to Geek than it is to me, I guess.
What does that
Actually, I don't know,
mean?
because Jake, you very well could have it. I mean this in the nicest way possible, but my brain of Jake is church boy, but also like
Is it like a lighter?
could. No.
I
Damn.
was say I got tons of those.
What is
Still
it like? A
cigarettes, brother.
Not
specific
quite
one? Is it a
that
Zippo?
delinquent.
Did you just say you smoke cigarettes?
No, my roommate does.
Oh, W
Yeah.
roommate.
we
Uh,
got a ton of lighters, but
How many times do you randomly end up with one of his lighters?
me?
Yeah.
When I steal them all the time.
Yeah,
just
there's
think- I
something
just think
about
they're
being
funny.
a smoker and having all of your friends steal your
Well,
lighters.
He's got no, because he's got he has regular lighters, but he's got like a torch, like one of those things where like you
Yeah.
hold down the button and like a huge flame comes out.
Yeah.
I just love playing with that thing. Anyway,
Cute
I'm
stick.
thinking. I don't know, dude. Do you have it in your house? Let's make sure
Yeah.
that it's not like. Okay.
Well, I mean, obviously he has it in his house. It's in the
I mean,
Pokeball.
yeah.
Um,
is there another one in your house besides the one in the Pokeball?
There's
this a
quite a few.
multi-item?
Yeah.
You own
Quite a
multi-
few.
Is it like a
Okay.
roll of tape?
No,
Is it like a Lego piece?
no. But I will say, it is part of a set. I'll give you that to go with the Lego.
So it's not a
Is it one of those little mini football helmets?
It is not.
Ugh.
damn, that was gonna be
Is
tough
it-
because I wouldn't. But
Is
it's
it
kind
related
of
to
delinquent.
sports?
Kind
Is it
of
related to
delinquent.
sports?
No.
Is it related to music?
I'm sure it could be, but like not inherently.
Oh,
Dude, my
Would you
brain's
say that
going too
this-
far in the delinquency range.
that this item has appeared on an episode of the podcast before?
I don't think so.
Okay. It's not in his background.
No.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm pretty stumped here.
Yeah.
I don't.
I'll give
don't
you
got
another
much.
hint. I'll give you another
Go
hint.
for it.
When you were going with D&D, you were in the right vein of media, but the wrong specific like.
So it's like a
property.
kind of dice?
No, I'm
Oh.
So it's a
thinking
board.
more
It's from a board game.
kind of.
Is
From
it
a
like
tabletop game.
Yeah, a tabletop game. Yeah,
Oh, is it like your do you have a Dino miniature?
I do, but it's not that.
Oh.
We already did that.
It's not
we had that
D&D
before.
related at all.
Oh yeah. But I'm trying to think of other tabletop games that I've heard you play.
Does this tabletop game that you have, even if this isn't a dice, does the tabletop game that this is from require dice?
No, no dice.
Does it require cards?
Yes,
Does it require money?
no.
I think it's a
Fake
Monopoly
Oreo.
piece.
I was starting to lean towards Monopoly. I can't lie. Is it a traditional board game or like more of like a D&D tabletop game?
More traditional.
Hmm. Is it like a character piece?
No.
like a
Hmm.
I'll tell you, this game has no character
All right, I'm
pieces in
done.
it.
I quit. I give.
Is it from Trivial Pursuit?
No.
I got nothing. Yeah,
Is a card
it's gonna be so obvious. It is a card.
from Cards Against Humanity.
Well, it's half a card.
Oh, dude.
No, it's
Oh,
a full
yeah.
one. It's
Wait.
just folded.
Speaking, you're a monster.
I had to fold it to fit it in the Pokeball. Would you all
Speaking-
like me to read what
Yeah.
is on
Yeah,
the card?
yeah. Read it.
A good sniff.
Nice. Speaking of Cards Against Humanity, I got a big ass box.
Oh?
Yeah, it literally
Is
just
that-
holds all of my
Oh,
Cards Against Humanity cards.
That's crazy.
Because I have
that's crazy.
the OG box, like all of the nerd bundles, the red bundle, the Friends version, game that's like it that's called What the Fuck Did You Say?
Word.
And then on this side, I have like the other two games I have. So More Extreme Personal Questions and Think Like a Stoner.
Word.
Miller had me pegged, dude. I do not own Cards Against Humanity.
Really? Yeah, and then I got this
He got
giant
me.
box.
No.
It's almost like I know you guys or something. It's almost like we're friends. and
Well,
I know
it's
your
also,
personality.
to be fair,
You self-admittedly
box of-
called me church boy.
That's true.
That's it.
Also, the Cards Against Humanity box is literally used to be right there until like 2 days ago.
Oh,
So
I didn't
like,
know that.
yeah, like you used to be able to just see them right there. So like,
But also, Jake, was that an incorrect observation?
I mean, you are church boy. You are a
Yeah, I
good little
know, but-
Christian. That's what we
know.
love about
He's
you.
got a wild side. He's got a little bit of a wild side. He said fuck.
We know. We've heard him
did.
on my Twitch streams. For whatever
My
reason,
fil-
that's
my
where church goes
filter-
out the window.
My filter kind of goes away when the Packers lose
That's also
and
valid.
when they win.
I-
And during a Packers game, I'm glad I live semi on my own now. Because during a Packers game, so the things I say would have gotten me killed in my household.
Jake says
So.
slurs.
No,
Probably.
not quite. Not quite.
I mean, dude, okay. I want
I
to.
really
Was it
push it,
Musgrave
but-
or Kraft that Kirby Joseph tried to take out?
Musgrave is on IR and has not played a
So
snap
it's
this season.
Kraft was
so.
85 then,
Yeah.
right?
The guy who did the kip up? Yes,
Yeah,
sir, baby.
yeah. Dude,
That's
on
my
that
dog.
play where Jack Campbell hit him, but somehow Jack Campbell took the worst of that hit, I don't really Kraft was in the air because he was dodging Kirby Joseph.
Yeah.
Stop telling me Kirby Joseph isn't a dirty player when every
They all
tackle he
are.
makes
Dude,
is
Every
the
single
whole
one of them.
defense.
But I know,
The
but Kirby
entire
Joseph
defense.
specifically has never
Yeah,
made a
he's the
tackle
worst defender.
looking anywhere other than directly at the ground, using his helmet as a weapon.
Yeah.
Fuck Kirby Joseph.
The Darius Smith punched Jordan Love in the face today.
I believe that.
Like,
Big Z is kind of a douchebag.
He's been there for 2 weeks, and he's already whatever Campbell's
I'm
preaching
telling you
down
right
there.
now. No, it's not
Bounty
preaching.
Gate
When a
2.0,
player-
man.
When a player comes into Detroit, my headcanon is they sit them down in like one of those almost like electric chair looking chairs. They strap them down, hold their eyes open, and just force them to watch Bill Romanowski. Just
Bill
on
Romanowski
loop.
and then just all of the 2009 Saints. This is what we
Okay.
are. This is how we win.
Couple of Vontaze perfect highlights
Yeah.
in there,
Yeah,
you know.
for good measure. Just that clip of Antonio Brown kicking the punter, because
Oh,
fuck
yes.
it, why not?
Also, who's the other guy? Kareem Jackson.
Kareem Jackson, Javon
He's back,
Wims
too.
punching C.J. Gardner Johnson. gets a
Aziz,
shout.
you got that this year. You just added that
Oh yeah,
this week.
I was gonna say
You
yeah,
put that on
got
the
added
highlight.
for like Jamal Adams who just joined. He got to see the
Oh.
Aziz cut.
Since we're doing this, that guy's gonna call us out in the comments again for being salty about Detroit.
Dude,
but,
it's
like-
not salty. They're fucking dirty. Like
Yeah, dude,
straight
you can
up,
watch
they're
it.
dirty.
I know I called it out way earlier than everybody else, but that's because it
Dude,
was my
they're
team
dirty.
they were fucking up.
Yeah.
And they're just, and I don't mean to like get off topics. We haven't even started talking about the Thanksgiving games yet, but like,
But
they're
we
just
can, it's the
so
Bears.
annoying, dude.
They were first.
They're just so, their attitude and the way that they play
Yeah.
football is just so frustrating because they're so good and they know they're so good and they're so
Dude,
arrogant. And
If
I hate
Buffalo
them.
doesn't humble them next week, I am starting horrifying Josh
Is it
Allen
in
narratives.
Buffalo?
I don't
Yeah.
care.
'Cause if it's in the cold Buffalo weather, Jared Goff is going to turn into a pumpkin.
Listen, here's
Uh,
my like.
No, it's
I
in
finally,
Detroit.
Yeah, sure it is.
Doesn't
Why wouldn't
matter.
it be?
Josh
Yeah.
Allen's gonna beat them to death.
If he
I
doesn't,
have-
Should.
Josh Allen's the worst quarterback in football. Don't care. He's a bitch, and
Okay.
I'll hate him.
I have finally pinpointed my exact thoughts on the Detroit Lions.
Let's go.
When it comes to like them being annoying and hateable or whatever, and even though I hate to talk about it, like getting favors from the refs, quote unquote, they're not actually, but you know, people want to.
They
say
got
that
one
they do.
tonight. I know it's not actually, but
Oh,
like he was
more
so
than
well,
one, brother.
I was at darts. I was only watching like bits and pieces of the game, but like the one Gibbs first down, he was more than half a yard short. His helmet didn't cross the line to gain. How is that a first down? They
I didn't see
reviewed
that
it and
play. I'm
still
just
got
the
it
first
wrong.
And it wasn't.
Like it's
Xavier
insane.
McKinney got punched in the face by little dweeb boy Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's so.
Ugh.
The
Yeah.
point I was
Yeah.
trying to make though is the
Yes.
Lions are what people want to say the Chiefs are.
Yes.
Everything that people swear about the Chiefs, it's Detroit.
Yep.
It's literally just Detroit. Their quarterback's more fucking annoying. Their skill position players are more fucking annoying. Their coach
Dude.
is way more annoying.
I'm so
listen,
happy they have Jared Goff because it guarantees they aren't going to win anything. And that
Yeah,
makes me
it-
really
it
happy.
caps them.
They are winning anything with that defense, bro. There's no way.
No.
Even healthy, that defense.
Did you guys know? Did you get
Swiss
this right?
cheese.
Get this right. Did you guys know that the Lions have 3 starters on IR and multiple other starters out for the rest of the game?
Hey, guess
Did you
what?
guys know
Same
that?
with every other team in the league. Kill yourself.
Yeah, did you guys know
Also,
that, like,
did you know that the
10
Lions have
10 of the, like-
19 guys on IR, but 11 of them wouldn't have actually made the active roster
what I was
if they
gonna
didn't
say.
get injured in the
The entire
preseason?
night.
Shut up.
the
Not you.
entire night?
I
The
want to.
entire night. You know, on defense, the Lions have 13 people on IR. It's just Aiden Hutchinson and Alex Anzalone, and
Right.
then a bunch of people who maybe are practice squatters.
Right.
Right.
I don't. Their entire secondary was healthy. Literally everybody. Carlton Davis,
Yeah.
Sharon Arnold, Kirby Joseph, literally Brian Branch.
Dude, and
everybody in
every
the
team is
secondary was
dealing with
healthy.
injuries and major ones. Every team. I don't
Dude,
care.
the Niners are like. I don't even know who they're down to at running back at this point.
Right.
The Niners are getting
Isaac
killed.
Guerrero is their one.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Adrian
Sorry.
Peterson might be getting signed.
Yeah, they
It
have,
might be
Isaac-
time.
Their RB duo against Chicago this week is Isaac Guerrero and Izzy Abanikanda.
Yeah, I would
Try to
call
find
AP
Izzy.
and see what's
Yeah.
up. Honestly, can't
Speaking of AP, he played for both the Bears and the Lions, who happened to play on Thanksgiving.
AP did not play for the Bears.
He didn't play for the Bears.
No.
No,
Sorry, my
other
brain's not
Adrian
working.
Peterson played.
Oh,
for
I'm
them.
well,
mad.
yeah. Other Adrian
I'm
Peterson.
mad. He played for
But
the
that-
Lions, and the Lions played on Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jack Campbell going for the knees. I don't like
Oh
it.
yeah.
Guys,
I
that
stand
one-
by Caleb staying in bounds. Yes, hit him.
Yeah.
Hit him. Do not dive through his knees, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I was just about to
I
say.
get that the
yeah.
hit is entirely legal. I'm not saying anything about that. Not saying it should have been a flag. Caleb stayed in bounds. That's his own dumbassery.
Yeah.
But you can light him up without intentionally trying to injure him. And you cannot
Yeah.
tell me Jack Campbell is not big enough to hit Caleb normally. That
Yeah.
excuse,
Yeah.
you can pretend to make that excuse for Kirby Joseph against tight ends. You're not making that excuse on a linebacker against a actually below average size quarterback. Like, come on now.
yeah, dude, because and obviously, this is a 3-point game. The Bears this game should have gone to overtime. Obviously, this is not a team that fires coaches mid-season, but Matt Eberflus did something so stupid in this game that it just had to happen
It's
by
it
not using the timeout.
The
And
funny thing is, have you guys heard like any of the stories coming out of Chicago?
Yeah,
'Cause
it wasn't the
even
game, it
necessarily
was
this-
It was Jalen
was
after.
Jalen Johnson fucking lost his mind on
Destroyed
that.
him.
Good.
yeah, destroyed him.
And like, yeah, literally, Jalen Johnson is said to himself in the locker room, "I have to fucking do everything around here. I'm the only guy in the secondary who's trying, other than Kevin Byard, and Kyler Gordon was out for 6 weeks. Now he's back and he's trying. But Brisker's been on IR, or not on, yeah, on IR. Tyreek Stevenson forgot how to fucking play football because they humbled him in Washington. Like he literally said to himself, I have to do everything here. And he's the reason why Matt Eberflus got fired. And it's such a fucking relief. But I don't know. They've already started. The Bears now, at least like through Bears Twitter, have the new Caleb versus Fields already, which is, where do you go at head coach? An offensive-minded guy or a leader of men? And it's driving me fucking insane.
I say there are like 4 guys that actually deserve calls from the Bears. I think Ben Johnson, fine. I
Yes.
think the Thomas Brown, fine. If Caleb loves him and he does good these last couple of weeks, fine.
Absolutely.
Those 2, Vrabel and Lincoln Riley. I think those are the 4 guys you
The
call.
more I think
That's it.
about Vrabel, the more I don't want it to happen.
Really?
I also think Vrabel is gonna take the OSU job if Day gets
Yeah.
fired.
That's also fair.
Like, first and foremost, I just don't want a defensive head coach
No, that's
under
fair.
any circumstances. I don't give a fuck about leader of men. You can
Well, also,
figure out
the
how
rest
to
of the
lead.
NFC North is not defensive coaches. You would be you'd be
Right.
setting yourself back no matter what.
Right, and then you have to deal with the whole, if your offense picks up with Caleb, he has to learn a new system every couple years, and no one
Yeah.
wants that. That's stupid. I hate it. You pair the superstar franchise quarterback that you miraculously ended up with, you pair him with an offensive-minded coach, you get him in a good system, and you let him grow in that system. Fuck this whole leader of men, hard-nosed, old-school culture guy. We have been trying that for 100 years.
Yeah.
And guess what? Hasn't worked
You
since Lovie
failed.
Smith. Hasn't
Yeah.
worked in my lifetime as a Bears fan, outside of Lovie, and I don't remember Lovie that well. You tried it
think,
with John Fox. You tried it with.
Honestly,
With,
Lincoln Riley to me is the choice.
I don't know enough about
I
Lincoln
don't
Riley
think
to have
they
an
should hire-
opinion.
So here's the thing. I think the leading name out of college for them is not Lincoln. It is
It's the
Marcus
dude from
Freeman.
Notre Dame, right?
Yeah,
Sure.
Marcus Freeman.
It's the Caleb
That's-
connection for me that is why you go Lincoln Riley.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's true. Marcus Freeman is the ultimate culture guy, though. That's kind of his deal, and they don't need to hire
Miller
a guy
hates it.
like
Yeah,
that.
I'm so
But
over.
that's why they would hire Marcus
Right.
Freeman.
Yeah.
He's
I
the
am
ultimate
so
culture
over.
guy.
I'm
That's
so
why he's
over.
the coach at Notre Dame. Like,
Right.
it doesn't matter if he's a good head coach. Everybody loves the dude. Like, that's
I am
the
Yeah.
thing.
so over the number one appeal to a coach being, well, he's a good guy. All the players love him. Because guess what? That was Matt Eberflus, and look what happened at the end. Everybody fucking hated him because he didn't win football games.
If I'm the Bears, you know what I want? And the reason I can't call him one of the main candidates right now is because he's coaching another team. If I'm the Bears,
What?
I want Kevin Stefanski to get fired.
Shanahan.
I
was
don't
gonna
see
say,
Shanahan
I'm
as
trading-
realistic in
Trade.
any way. I don't think
I do.
that the Niners will trade
Trade.
him either.
Okay,
Trade.
No,
I
they
could see
could,
that, but-
I don't. Yeah.
hear me out. Hear me out, right? Looking at this from my own personal delusions, because you guys know I would literally ejaculate live on stream if the Bears ended up with Kyle Shanahan.
I'll hold you to
That is my
yeah.
dream.
Yeah.
Right? You guys know I'm Shanahan's strongest soldier.
Yeah.
The 49ers are in a bad spot right now. You have an expensive roster that is aging. You have a bunch of guys who, as much as I love Kittle and McCaffrey and guys like that, they're not beating the brittle allegations.
No.
The offensive line sucks. We don't know if Trent Williams is going to play football beyond this year. You have all this money invested at all these different spots with no real wiggle room. You're about to have to pay Brock Purdy a fuck ton of money because there's no way you're getting out of paying Purdy.
There is.
It's not happening.
Just be Shanahan and say no. We did this once and it didn't work. We paid Brock Purdy. His name was Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't care that Brock Purdy is slightly better. He's the same level as Jared Goff, and he is proving that to us right now. You take away the super team, he's mid-level at best.
This is my entire point. Listen, as great as Shanahan is and as much control as he has in that organization, the people up top, from everything I know, maybe I'm wrong, maybe that opinion's changed this year, but everything we've been shown throughout the last couple years, they are so high on Purdy and San Fran. They believe he's the ultimate guy to run this system, to run this scheme. You're not just going to kick him out the door and take a flyer on a quarterback randomly. Now, if they had a guy in the building they were like building up, then sure. But
They
you're not
should.
going to
His
throw
name
him out.
should be Trey Lance, but hey.
They should, but they don't. So when you have you have an aging roster, a roster that has no wiggle room, you're going to have to pay a quarterback that doesn't deserve the contract he's probably going to get. You have guys that can't stay healthy. Why would you not just, like, from Shanahan's perspective, why would you not go to the 49ers and say, listen, I'm not working for you beyond this year, so I'm going to give you two options. You either let me walk, or you're going to call Chicago and tell them, listen, we know you guys need a coach more than you need any singular position right now. Give us your first round pick. We'll give you Kyle. Everybody's happy.
And then the Niners
would
have
do
two
that-
top 10 picks to draft a QB and a left tackle and call it good. And then
And the Bears
honestly,
have a
if
coach.
I'm the Niners, if you're trading away Shanahan, I
Send
think,
juice with them.
I don't care. I think you consider exploding the team. Trade
Oh, yeah.
CMC,
No, if you trade Shanahan,
Kittle, trade Bosa,
everything's gone.
trade Fred Warner,
Mhm.
trade what?
Mhm.
Charvarius Ward. He's the other good
Hufanga.
older player. Hufanga's only like 24. I think you keep him.
The only thing with that, though, is the injuries.
True.
I think
But that also means
especially
you're
with
not going to get a lot of value anyways. You might as well
Sure, but
keep
you
him.
have I don't know. You have Malik Mustafa coming up, who plays a very similar role, is very, very good. I think you at least field calls on Hufanga.
You could put Mustafa on the block or just have him be your true like nickel.
Sure, I'm just
That
saying.
could
I
work.
think
I
you
don't
could
know.
field offers for
Yeah,
Hufanga.
that's fair.
But either way,
I
yeah,
think Hufanga could
exactly.
just play the medalist role also.
We're getting too deep into this potential Kyle Shanahan trade.
I
What
want
would-
the Niners to
Well,
blow
what
it up
would
because I hate
happen?
the Niners.
What would happen?
But I'm just saying, like,
yeah.
it's. And listen, this is probably.
I just
me
think the more
relying on
realistic
my
option
harebrained
is
conspiracies.
Stefanski if you're getting a proven
Sure.
guy. And I
Let
think you
me
love
add
that if you're the
something, though.
Bears.
Absolutely, but let me add something.
No.
Okay,
No, add something, God damn it.
so excuse the name that I'm about to say, but just bear with me for a second, okay?
You're
No.
right. Matt Nagy should come back.
No,
You're right. I'll say it for you.
Colin Coward is friends with Caleb Williams' dad.
Mhm.
And this past weekend, when at the USC game where Caleb got his jersey retired,
I didn't know that happened.
yeah, they retire any player at USC that wins the Heisman, they retire their jersey.
That makes sense.
So Caleb, and because it was against Notre Dame, Caleb and Cole Kmet sat with Caleb's dad the rest of Caleb's family, and Colin Cowherd at the game. Colin Cowherd comes back on his podcast this week and starts echoing the report of Pro Football Talk being like, or not the report, but the thing Pro Football Talk said were like, the Bears should trade for Shanahan. And all of a sudden he's starting to talk like, it's starting to, it might be a little more realistic than folks think.
That one's way more realistic than the other one that was floated by a big name. The ESPN
McVay?
writer said, no. The ESPN writer saying Kevin O'Connell. That's still insane. A division rival is not giving you a coach, dog.
Right.
I promise. I told you what the offer would have to be to even consider it. A first-round pick every year that Kevin O'Connell's the coach, as well as like Jalen Johnson. Then maybe. And even then, I wouldn't, because I think the Vikings would fall apart. I think Kevin O'Connell is the perfect like offensive mind plus like culture guy. You don't get rid of that guy ever.
Yeah.
Like ever. I'm one of the weird Vikings fans. Lifetime contract. Was there something important about this game? Caleb's
the Bears
good.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Caleb's awesome. First half sucked, but Caleb came out fucking firing in the second half. 3 touchdowns. I think still after tonight, the only quarterback this year to throw for multiple touchdowns against Detroit. Because, Jacobs had 3 tonight, right? On the ground?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was all
so he's still
Josh.
the only one to throw for
Should have had
multiple
4,
touchdowns.
but the refs.
The
Anyway.
refs.
This guy.
It would have been a second passing touchdown too.
Yeah,
Oh,
that would have been. The refs did take away a passing touchdown.
Real
The
quick,
same thing Tim Patrick did, but whatever.
Yeah.
last thing about the Bears, I want to get y'all's opinion on this.
Oh, no.
Keenan Allen's been promoted in Chicago.
What does that mean?
So the Bears receivers coach is the new OC.
Yeah.
The assistant receivers coach is now the receivers coach.
See the assistant receiver.
Keenan Allen is now the assistant receivers coach for the Chicago Bears.
Nice.
I
mean,
think that rocks.
fair enough.
Yeah, like
I mean,
a decade
he
of
could
experience,
retire
10,000
after
career
this year,
receiving
so
yards.
like he might be.
He
He
was
might just
saying
be the
today he
receivers
wants-
coach next year.
He was saying today, well, DJ Moore said, and then he echoed that Keenan wants to run it back with Chicago at least one more year because of what they're starting to put together now and because of what Caleb's doing now.
Yeah,
So
fair.
I'd be down for another 1-year deal for Keenan.
Did either
But
of you
yeah.
guys stay awake for Giants Cowboys?
No.
Brother, I watched every second of my glorious king. Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Drew Smallcock played.
He's still ass.
Me and
turns out.
I've converted one of my little cousins into a Drew Lock guy. So
Oh my God,
Poor
Child
little
abuse.
cousin. Yeah, that is child abuse. I'm calling
me and him
CPS, man.
me and him sat down to watch Vanilla Vic go at it, and
No.
tell you what, that near touchdown run in the first quarter had us going nuts. Yeah. So the thing about this is there's one player who was good in this game, and that is what's his first name? Overshown. What's his first name?
DeMarvion Overshown.
Marvin
That dude
Overshown.
is
Marvian.
really
You know,
good.
he
Yeah, he
rocks.
really is.
He's really good. That's my only takeaway. Rico Dowdle's really good too, but
Hunter Lipke, 3
uh,
carries.
Micah Parsons is really good at football, since we're gonna apparently forget him. And Kevontae Turpin is an interesting football player.
He deserves manufactured touches.
Yes. And he will never get them because Mike McCarthy is Dum Dum Dugan. No,
Free
that's offensive to
Kevontae.
Dum Dum Dugan. Yes.
Free Kevontae Turpin. He ain't do nothing wrong.
I don't know. Malik Neighbors pretty all right at football.
Yeah.
Free Malik
Yeah.
Neighbors. Is Brian Dable gonna get fired?
Probably.
I think that's really dumb, but I agree. He
I think
probably
Giants
is
clearing
gone.
house just completely everything. Got it.
Yeah, because that
Yeah.
worked so
Start
well
fresh.
last time.
I'm just.
doubt-
I'm not saying I agree with that. I'm just
I
saying I
know.
think that's what's gonna happen.
I doubt Dexter Lawrence is around much longer.
Even didn't he
doubt.
just sign a new contract though?
Wade.
Maybe.
Sexy Dexy and Shanahan to Chicago.
If you're
All right,
talking
you
about
can't
them
get
gutting
both,
it,
you don't have that
he's
many
a part
picks.
of that. He's a part of that.
I don't know if
if
he
they're
is because
gonna
he's
gut it.
still only like 25.
Dexter Lawrence is not
Actually?
25 years old.
Dexter
That is
Lawrence
such a
is-
lie.
He's like 25. I don't know.
27.
That's close enough.
That's old.
Get your
Old.
meat on, son.
Too old. Too old.
He's on the wrong side of 25.
Trade him to the Midwest immediately.
I mean, he like
yeah,
literally,
but not to Green Bay or Minnesota because those
Trade
teams
him.
stink.
he's going to Minnesota.
The
man.
Lions? Really? You want
No.
you want the Lions to get him?
No, he's going to the Colts. DeForest Buckner's not getting any younger.
Gross. Packers Dolphins. I think the Dolphins suck.
I want
You know
to
who I
beat.
think sucks?
I want to
You know who I
beat
think
Mike
sucks?
McDaniel.
Number 1 in Miami, bro. Get this dude out of the NFL. He's done. Finished. Bad quarterback. Sorry.
We are sipping the Tua haterade today.
I mean,
Goodness.
I get it. He's
You don't, okay, you don't like Tua. Don't give me that.
No.
You don't like him. You probably dislike him more than I do as a quarterback. I'm just exaggerating because my team beat him.
I don't know if Mike McDaniel deserves to be a head coach.
No, he's an OC.
And it's not even like that I think he's truly bad. I just think he's soft.
He's soft and he's over fucking whelmed. Like, listen, my big thing with McDaniel is I think if you just let him focus on what he's good at, and that is calling plays,
Dude, he's
I think he will
definitely.
be fine.
he's-
I don't
him-
know if he's good at calling plays though.
I,
I'm sorry. The running game guru who can't figure out how to get 3 yards a carry out of Mostert and
because he
A-Chain.
doesn't run it with them. That's the problem.
Mean, they got carries. I mean, just give them more
5
then.
and 7.
Yeah, I know. Drop some more carries then. I don't know.
That's my
Do
yeah.
literally anything that is what you are good. You're saying let him do what he's good at, but he doesn't do what he's good at. He wants
Brother,
to.
Okay.
dude,
He wants to
He's
have the
definitely
Chiefs
overwhelmed.
offense, and it's
Yeah.
never gonna happen.
What he needs is someone in his ear saying, "Listen, Mike, you know what you're doing here, man, but this ain't it." He needs Shanahan in his ear saying, "Mike, you know how football works. Run it. Run it again. We are on the goal line. We have 4 plays from the 1-yard line. We're playing the Green Bay Packers. Your fullback grew up a Packers fan. Hand him the football at least twice."
Miller new proposal:
What?
Vrabel and McDaniel to the Bears. Thoughts?
I don't want Vrabel.
Bro's a Vrabel hater. Ed. Why?
I don't want it because he's a defensive coach. I don't want
I'm
a
telling you
defensive
one.
coach.
I'm telling you one thing. Mike McDaniel is definitely overwhelmed because every single time they cut to him, his face is just like,
Yeah.
bro. He is.
Dude, And this game, all the times he wears the shirts, like I wish it was colder, to then show up in this game and be shivering
Did
the
you-
whole time. Like,
did you
dude,
hear?
you can just wear a
Did you
coat.
hear what he did this week?
Oh, what did he do?
The week before the game, he put ice cubes in his pocket and threw them at players during practice to prepare them for the cold, as he said.
How does that?
He had a little Ziploc, and he would just he would walk around in
It
practice and
sucks
just
that
he would
Mike
walk around in practice and just.
It really sucks
Like-
that he's out of his element because if he won the game and we heard that story, that would go so hard.
Right? That'd be the greatest
Yeah.
story ever, but instead
if
he
the
just looks like a
Dolphins-
fucking idiot.
If the Dolphins came out here and won like a 13-10 game where Mostert and A-Chain combined for 50 carries, like that would
Totally.
be the coldest story ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, like,
And they stopped
like,
Josh
the
Jacobs.
Dolphins-
Like, you did everything you were supposed to do. He had 19 carries for 43 yards and a touchdown. You stopped
think-
Josh Jacobs in a cold weather game. You
I
made
think-
this a passing game and you still lost.
I think the most damning thing about this team, because I already forget which one of you said he was soft, because I've heard so many different people say it. Okay, he is soft. Like, he is straight up. And I think the biggest indicator of that is Vic Fangio's tenure in Miami.
Yeah.
Because it's not just McDaniel, it's this entire team outside of number 30.
Who
Everyone
they didn't
on this
let
team
get a
is-
carry.
Right.
Bah! You have
Like
the
I said-
Wisconsin. They kept talking about it on the broadcast. You have the
Right.
Wisconsin kid in the cold
There
weather.
was a situation you're starting to mount a comeback. You have 4 plays from what, like the 3, and he doesn't get a single touch. Not one. It's ridiculous.
For the Packers,
like-
though, Jordan Love go to football.
Yeah, sadly, fuck that guy. Mm.
again, I don't use language a lot. Fucking nails, dude.
He
Valid.
is.
So good. Not tonight. We're not gonna talk about like what happened tonight until next week. But tonight in the Dolphins game, unbelievable, dude. He
Dude.
is okay. Whatever.
Also, Tucker
the point
Kraft.
being,
Can we start
really
a
good.
narrative that he's better than Laporta?
Really good.
I was gonna say it's crazy that Tucker
Really
Kraft is
good.
the third best tight end in the NFC North.
I was gonna say who's above him, but Kmet and Hawkinson. My brain just like
Yeah.
exploded. Well, I was thinking you were putting somebody else above him. I'm like,
No,
what the fuck are we
just
doing?
Kmet-
Johnny
Okay,
Munt?
dude.
Are we
He's
getting some Johnny
definitely
Munt
better
in
than-
here?
He's definitely better than Laporta.
Yeah, dude.
Definitely
Laporta's not that
Better,
good.
better hands, better after the catch. Yeah, for sure. And
Better
okay,
blocker.
also
Yeah.
better blocker. Yeah, and like the thing is, dude, like Kraft, I don't know, dude. He came out of nowhere. Like it just like
I loved
like-
him in college.
yeah. I mean yeah, I did too.
He was fun
Musgrave
in
is the
college.
thing is Musgrave is really good too. Like when he
Mhm.
comes back, that crazy duo. But yeah, as far as this game went, Love was really good, but I'm pretty sure the Dolphins starting cornerback was at their corner 7
Yeah.
by the end of it.
Yeah.
Like
They-
Jalen Ramsey played, but every single like corner on their team went down at some point besides Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, did Cam
Um,
Smith even play? Oh, he did.
He got hurt.
Yeah.
He got
Storm
hurt. He
Duck
played
was
and
out
got hurt.
there.
Oh, dude,
Storm
Storm,
Duck was-
Duck getting minutes is
Duke
tough.
Riley was getting minutes.
Yes, they as much as well as the Packers played, Dolphins were beat up, but the Packers defense played well, and yeah,
Yeah, and Jordan
against the
Brooks got
run.
hurt in that game too.
Yeah.
I remember.
yeah, they just got beat up.
Yep.
Like it in Dissenborough, they can't play in the cold. Their whole thing coming into this game was, you know what? This is the game we beat the narratives. We're beating these narratives. Tua's coming back, and even Tua was just like, yeah, you know what? I'm sick of these narratives. I'm coming out there and beating them on Thursday.
Nope.
Yeah,
and
okay,
losing
buddy.
this game just cost you your chance at the playoffs. Basically, you'd need a complete Broncos collapse, and
They need to win out, and the Broncos and Colts need to start losing.
right. And
'Cause
I
even
don't
if the-
think the Broncos.
Even if the
collapse.
Broncos, collapse, they would still need the Colts to not win like 2 or 3 more games. So
And-
it's not looking good for them,
the
especially if
Broncos'
the Bengals get
schedule
hot.
isn't that bad, and I don't know, man. The Broncos' defense is so real. And yeah,
And
Um,
Bo Nix might just be good enough to.
he's a height. Like I
Drive the bus.
can't be a hater. He can drive the bus, that's for sure. Which I mean, we all knew that was the thing coming out of college is he's like the most pro ready, and Sean Payton can treat him. He's not Drew Brees, but can treat him like end of career Brees. You're not dialing up many deep shots. You're just gonna over the middle, a lot of quick game, run the ball, and that's gonna be good enough with a defense like Denver's, and so far it has been. I think you're still
Yeah.
screwed in the playoffs when you play the teams with aliens at quarterback. That's just how that. If you get in a
Yeah.
shootout, you're cooked. But like, your defense might be good enough to not make it a shootout.
Yeah, speaking of the team with Alien,
Real quick,
moving on
Ain't
to
no
before we,
Connell.
yes,
before we jump,
it was good.
you guys see that?
No,
Wait, what is that?
was that Kirby Joseph going for?
Is that
Kraft's
the Kraft
knees?
play?
Kraft knee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kraft lifting his leg right as Kirby Joseph came saved him so big. It's
Oh,
I
like,
didn't even know Kirby went for his knee there.
oh yeah, that was
You
the
know,
play
he
where
went
Jack
right
Campbell.
for it.
Well, everybody said Campbell lit him up, and then he did the kip
Well,
up.
I knew
But really,
Kraft was- I knew
Campbell
Kraft was-
Campbell got the worst
I
of
knew,
that.
I knew Kraft was airborne, and he got like popped by both Campbell and somebody else. I didn't really see why he was airborne. But
Kirby Joseph went for
Captain
the
on that-
knee, and
The caption on that picture just says "Guess who."
yeah, dude. So
but yeah, moving on to the game that I completely forgot was happening and didn't watch a single snap of.
Didn't watch
I
any
did.
of it.
I'm pissed.
pissed.
this was the
Why? 'Cause
devil
you
magic
what,
game for the
win?
Chiefs. This was the devil magic game for the Chiefs. Aiden O'Connell might be good.
Good. Good.
Nah.
He was good in this one.
Dude, he went
would you know?
340 and 2 tuds against the Chiefs defense. Dude, he
Fluke.
shredded Kansas City. Spags
Fluke.
had nothing.
Luke.
Oh yeah, him doing this every time he plays Kansas City is a fluke. Yes.
Listen, that's their devil magic. In exchange for going undefeated, almost winning the Super Bowl,
But also,
Aiden O'Connell will embarrass your defense on primetime
Aiden
television.
O'Connell
once a
pisses
year.
me off though.
You
Because
will
he also
believe that
cost
Aiden
them the
O'Connell was
game.
good enough to not draft Shadur Sanders.
I mean,
That's what this was. This big brain by Spags. He let AOC play good, so then the Raiders will think he's good, and then they
Again,
will draft.
what if AOC
Shador,
is just
other
good?
quarterback. No,
No, okay.
not possible.
No, it was funny though. So this game ended
Absolutely impossible.
Aiden
There's
O'Connell
no-
trying to rush people to the line, so he started
Fumbling.
clapping, and the center snapped the ball while he wasn't looking and trying to get everybody set up. And
Okay.
it's like, dude, I get both things there. I get what Aiden's trying to do, but I also get Jackson. Well, it was the guard looking back, seeing the claps and going, "Oh fuck, snap the ball," and then it like bounces off of his arm,
in the
and
name
Chiefs
of God,
recover. And it was field goal range. The game was over, dude. The Raiders won, and then Aiden O'Connell's just like, let's go to the line. Snap the ball,
who
game.
in the name of God is Sincere McCormick?
Bro, don't you know
goat.
about
That-
UTSA legend Sincere McCormick?
You don't know what that is. You don't know
UTSA
that.
legend
He
Sincere McCormick.
sincerely spices, I guess.
2022, I think UDF. I'm actually, yeah, definitely 2022 UDFA.
Unfortunately, Brock
you
Bowers is
do.
really good.
That sucks.
He's insane,
Okay, I'm just gonna
dude.
say this now. I will say no further on it, and you will not ask any questions or make any statements. He's the offensive rookie of the year. Moving on.
Yeah.
Yep. There's nobody else even should sniff it. He's gonna be
Miller's
an
gonna
all-pro
say
as a
Caleb
rookie.
or something.
Nope,
Oh,
just
okay.
any other player. No
Okay.
Trumpies allowed.
I think it should be Malik Neighbors, but I don't know.
No Trumpies allowed.
It's gonna, but
Um,
objectively, I mean, it's going to be, regardless of.
It'll be a quarter. No, objectively, it's gonna be a quarterback because the league is stupid and only votes.
It'll
for
be
the
Knicks, and Knicks is probably a Trumpy too. So we
probably.
lose.
No,
We lose.
I think Bo Nix is that guy you think is a Trumpy, but like genuinely doesn't give a fuck.
Nah, he went to
Dude, he went
Auburn.
to Oregon.
No, he went to Auburn and then transferred because he
Yeah, he-
wasn't good enough. Like that's
Yeah,
it.
so-
He bitched out. Which way does that sound like he would vote? Come
Okay,
on,
but maybe he saw the light.
I'm being a dick.
And now he plays it. Dude, listen, they gave him one blunt in Denver and he forgot his right wing ideologies.
Maybe. But also maybe he's just not in Denver. He's like in the outskirts where it's a
Bro lives
problem.
in Boulder.
Well, actually, Boulder would probably be better for your narrative.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's just the only other place in Colorado. I
My
know.
homeboy might be starting to figure it out.
Shocker.
He's looked good for a couple weeks. I know. I'm so
I found
shocked.
a website
D
that
Hop,
said
good at football.
Yeah.
that says who every NFL quarterback is voting for in the election,
Oh
and
no.
this is what it says for Bo Nix. I think Miller hit it dead on. As a Broncos fan, I confirm that Nix is already a seasoned pro. Nothing speaking, he wouldn't be caught dead even thinking about politics, let alone talking about them in public.
Yeah. Yeah,
And then
Bo
the
doesn't give a
foot-
fuck.
and then
dude.
and then the footnote is if Patrick Mahomes voted for Trump, you can bet that Bo Nix voted for Kamala. That's the footnote.
No, listen, Bo
but,
Nix is
yeah.
too worried about the football in his backpack to be worried about
I
politics.
was gonna say that
John Payton saw that backpack.
He
I
knew
don't know.
I'm
That day.
drafting an anti-political quarterback.
True.
A football and a Bible.
I just want to say real quick on that topic, I saw someone try to say, like, they did like here's who every quarterback's voting for in the election. It was like a TikTok.
yeah.
And this dude tried to say Caleb would vote for Trump.
Yeah. I saw that. I was like,
And
what?
every comment was like, yes, the black man who paints his nails. Trumpy.
Yes.
Actually, the black man from LA who paints his nails.
Yeah.
Trumpy.
Is Chris Jones out or something?
I don't know. Why is he not showing up?
I
on
don't
the
know.
thing
I
we're
don't
looking
see him
for?
on the. Oh no, he's right there. I'm blind and dumb. Well, mostly just blind. What happened to the Chiefs' defense though? Because this is like 5 weeks now that they've kind of been ass.
Aiden O'Connell happened. Clearly.
Listen, Mahomes' ass is transferring.
That's not good.
It's shifting.
They're better off with Mahomes being ass and the defense being good.
See, that's what the haters want you to think.
No, that's what anyone with a brain thinks. Because if the defense is going to get cooked, Xavier Worthy's average of 3 catches out of bounds is going to cost them in the playoffs. I mean,
this is why they're
going for a
to,
three-peat is like impossible. So
Say that every year.
This
and
is
here
why
we
they're
are.
No,
going to
but
put
the
Xavier
three-peat's
Worthy
different.
down before the
This
playoffs.
is that the Dolphins team in the 70s that went for the three-peat. They went perfect. They won another Super Bowl. So they beat Minnesota. They went perfect and won a Super Bowl, and then went for the third year. And if you go like look at how people talked about that Dolphins team compared to how we're talking about this Chiefs team, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
And they got
I think it's not
by
the 70s
John
anymore. Am I
Madden.
right, guys?
Hell yeah.
who was like the guy who couldn't win the big one. I genuinely think this might be the year the Bills get them just because we're following the 70s Dolphins script. And it's finally
Maybe.
Josh Allen getting over the hump with the guy
the
who
first,
couldn't win the big one, beating
Listen,
the team going for the
listen,
three-peat.
I'm just gonna say straight up, if this man gets engaged to Haley Steinfeld and wins the Super Bowl within a calendar year, Miller football will be Miller no more ball. Or living. I will be dead.
I was gonna say Miller no
No,
more balls.
Miller,
I was
it's
gonna
gonna be
cut your
worse.
Testicles off.
Why would I neuter
Oh.
myself?
So, Miller, it's actually going to be worse
Miller,
because
no
he's going
ball.
to lose the Super Bowl to the Vikings. Let me be delusional. Thank you.
See, I'd rather him win and then I can
Right.
just end my life before the Vikings win anything.
Yeah,
That's
but
my
Miller
point.
brings up a good point. They can just get rid of Xavier Worthy. Like they'll
Yeah,
come
they're
in.
going
the-
to
They won't.
sacrifice. Listen,
yeah,
They
that's
won't.
what they'll do
Like, if they-
before the playoffs. They
They
need to have a
won't.
ritual sacrifice,
like
and it'll be
if they
Xavier
get
Worthy.
like if they get the one seed,
He's
they'll be on
worthy
that
of
like
sacrifice.
they'll be on the wild card bye. I'll come into practice and Travis will just be like, "Hey, coach, where's Xavier at? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry
No,
about it.
Travis.
about it,
Listen,
Travis.
Travis has a hand in the sacrifices. It's
That's
Andy
true.
Reid, the
Who's it-
GM
yeah.
whose name I can't remember.
Brett
Patrick
Veach.
Mahomes. Yeah, Brett Veach, Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, and Travis Kelsey. And then Chris Jones stands security outside the room.
Justin Watson finding out he's wide receiver 1 for the first game of the playoff. Me?
D Hop still exists and is still great.
Oh please,
Stop.
he'll be hurt. Let's be real.
When
Yeah.
has D Hop been hurt? Ever?
Also, for the record, Justin Watson wouldn't go, me? He'd say, okay, this is nothing new, Carmelo Anthony.
This is nothing new, Carmelo Anthony.
Anthony,
So, what are the Texans? I'm
team whose
transitioning.
quarterback couldn't outplay Mac Jones.
I mean, he did though.
A dirty franchise with a bad culture.
Maybe he didn't actually. Goddamn.
Barely. He threw for 7 more yards and didn't throw for as many touchdowns.
That's
and
true.
Mac Jones played half the game.
Yeah, but he still had as many passing attempts because they were losing.
Guys, what if Mac Jones is good?
He's not. I refuse.
What is the Mac
Though,
Jones who
okay,
tore
well,
apart?
is Mac Jones better than Jared Goff? Jared Goff threw 5 picks
No.
against this defense.
No.
Mac Jones was perfect.
I didn't watch every snap of this game.
I
but
didn't
can
watch
guarantee
any
that's 'cause
snaps of this game.
I
I
watched
watched
like
Trevor Lawrence get murdered. That is what I saw
Yeah.
in this ball
I
game.
watched like the Spark Notes version of this game, like I did with a couple of the games that I didn't get.
You
a
know
chance
who's
to
really good
watch.
on the Jaguars though?
Whom?
Parker Washington.
This is nothing new. We love Parker. This is a pro Parker Washington podcast.
You know who's really
Catches
good on the
103 yards
Texans?
and a touchdown.
I don't care. It's not Parker
Interestingly.
Washington.
No, well, yes, but also Kamari Lassiter. I love Kamari. I'm
really.
glad he's good. It offends Miller, which makes me even happier.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really
More of
offend me.
a-
It was just another player I was wrong about. But
No,
like
I
that
know.
happens. I don't
But
actually
also,
care.
that's in this context, that's good. You know,
Sure. Yeah.
like
I
being-
don't have anything.
I like being
against
wrong about a
Kamari
player
Lassiter.
because he's like good. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't think he would be, but he's great. That's sick.
I was gonna say
I don't
would
like
point
being
out,
wrong the other way. That makes me sad.
My big thing with Lassiter wasn't even that I thought he was bad. I just thought the Texans drafted him early. But
No.
you win some, you lose some on that front. I always thought he could be a solid player. I was just worried about the game speed.
How does
catching up to
Doug
him.
Peterson have a job?
Dude, I don't know because we've talked about this before. Every week he's like, if it happens, man, I'm ready. Whatever
dude,
happens,
he's
however,
so
however
out.
the
I feel like
fates align,
I feel like Shad Khan is doing this on purpose at this point.
he's torturing
just-
Doug Peterson.
He's
He's
just
forcing
Doug
him to
Peterson
repent.
every week. Doug Peterson's just like, I can feel it, and Shad's like, one more week, Doug, one more week.
I think
do it.
part of me thinks that Shad just wants to like lose out, and he knows that like keep the idiot around will work.
Yeah, I mean Trevor Lawrence isn't gonna play
Oh,
the rest. Of
I'd
the
sit
year.
him for the
Yeah,
year.
he's IR, so
There's
He could come back
Even
for the
if he
final
wasn't.
game.
right,
even if he
right,
wasn't,
But
there's
no, you-
reason to.
I didn't know he hit IR though.
Yeah, they put
That
him on IR
concussion
yesterday.
fucked him up.
He almost
Well, yeah,
died.
because
Well, yeah.
listen, okay, we
Dude,
gotta
he
bring
did
it up.
the Tua thing.
Yeah,
Oh, it freaked me the fuck out. dude.
Aziz Al Shair should not be allowed to play professional football.
Ever again.
Yeah, because this,
Not
just
because
like
of the hit,
Kareem Jackson, isn't the first time he's done it.
right? But it's I'm not saying that because of the hit. I'm saying about his response to the hit, trying to fight people on his way out of the stadium. And then when his appeal got denied, posting the Joker being like, "You guys want a bad guy? I'll be your bad
Bro
guy."
is the new Vontez Perfect.
But he doesn't have the aura of Vontez Burfict because Vontez Burfict hit dudes dirty like when they were in the field of play.
That's also
This guy
fair,
hits like sliding quarterbacks and dudes standing on the sideline. He's a bitch.
right? Vontez
look-
was just like his was dirty, but in a way of where he was just adding insult to injury instead of
Right.
like, because like he had to hit the guy, no matter what. He would just like
Right.
go out of his way to Kirby Joseph is the new Vontez Perfect.
Yeah.
Vontez Burfict. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to say it. I was going to say Vontez Burfict kind of had morals, but no.
No, he did not.
Dude,
But
And he
The
got
point was-
rocked by Juju, which is my favorite thing to ever
it's just so
happen.
funny
who's
imagining
going to
like
be his Juju?
Kirby's or
Yeah,
Aziz?
Kirby. It has to be a
Kirby
division
is gonna
rival.
be-
It's got to be. I think it has to be a division rival. Which one of us has a receiver with the funniest name?
Rome
I was just saying, Ruma Dunze is probably the guy. Young.
You know what?
Yeah.
Can we pay Romo Dunze to murder? Well, not murder, but like,
No, you can say it.
yeah.
I don't think anyone's gonna stop you.
All roads to the end of Kirby Joseph's career lead to Roma Dunze.
Every time I see the Bears Texans thing though, it's just so funny imagining like Roshan Johnson like puts his helmet on. He's like, all right, can I get out there? Can I get a few carries? And then Aziz Al-Shaair just out of nowhere just whoop.
I was gonna say he wasn't even
Like-
in the game at that point. He was still standing on the sideline, hadn't
Yeah,
been on the field
He was
yet.
just like, yeah,
And
he
he
was
just-
getting pumped up.
Dude, I got flamed by Texans fans for saying Aziz Al-Shaair was a bitch during that. Because Roshan doesn't even do anything. He's standing there and like walks over to the noise just in case something's gonna break out, right? Like you gotta be there for your teammates. He's standing there like, okay, things seem to be settling down.
Well, you don't
Okay, this
have to.
guy's
You
good.
could be. Who the fuck was the Texans guy? Or not the Jaguars guy? There was one Jaguars player who just kind of stood there looking at Trevor Lawrence, not talking to anybody, not motioning for help. He was just kind of like, "Oh man."
I think he was just overwhelmed with sadness. and that's
Maybe.
okay.
I can't find this football game.
I will say though, Evan Ingram should be given the Walter Payton Man of the Year award.
I
for his
agree.
Certainly.
He's the GOAT.
Him and whoever the dude who got ejected for
Oh,
punching
fuck the
Aziz
DB. Hold on,
Al-Shaair.
hold on. I
Jerry and
got
Jones or something like
it.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jerry and Jones.
I still
Both
don't know
of
who
them,
it
they
was.
should
Who wears
split the Walter
13 for
Payton
the
Man of
Texans?
Year.
Or for the Jaguars. Fuck.
13?
Yeah, I think it was 13.
Christian Kirk,
Oh, was it?
who's out for the year. So
Oh, so
can't
it
be.
wasn't. So what number was it? I have
There's 11. Was it 11?
no.
Parker Washington just.
No, it might have
Aw,
been Devin
man.
Duvernay.
12.
Actually, Devin
It was
Duvernay might
12,
wear
or is
12.
there somebody who wears 18?
He might even
Duvernay
wear
wears
13.
12.
Does Christian Kirk wear?
I
does he wear
don't
13
know.
for them?
All right, you know what? I'm looking at the
Duvernay wears
Jaguars roster.
12. Kirk does wear 13.
Okay, I was.
Okay,
Oh, he's
I'm
right.
looking at. I don't know.
Could
I
have been
have-
Tim Jones.
It
on
was
the
Tim
15.
Jones. It was Tim Jones. I remember now Because I remember
Like,
calling it out on stream. I just needed the
come on.
memory. It was Tim Jones.
Uh-huh.
Because he just
I-
kind of like stood there. And it's just like, bro,
Aw,
get in the
man.
fight. Nah, if I'm anybody on the Jags, I'm using that as my excuse to take out my frustration for the season. I am
should've
committing atrocities.
I didn't even think about it like that until I showed the clip to my dad, and he said, "Wow, who's coaching the Jaguars?" I said, "Doug Peterson." He goes, "Well, they're fucking soft." And it caught me
Except
off
for
guard.
Ed
So I was like,
Ingram.
right. And I asked him what he meant, and he goes, "Yeah, everyone
Ebony.
except for 17 is a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
They just stood there." And he's got a point. And then the little like huddle fight breaks out. That's not a fight. It
No.
was a couple linemen buried Aziz Al-Shaair.
Yes.
Brandon Sheriff, I'll give credit.
Yeah.
Because he was the one Shire was trying to like come back after, and Sheriff kept walking towards him. He was like, "Come on,
Let's
come
go,
on."
motherfucker.
Shout out Jags fans for throwing stuff at him while he left too.
Where's the Bills fan with the dildo when you need him?
Yeah.
Beam him
Um,
right in the eye with it.
Sticking in the AFC South though.
You cannot say sticking after the word dildo was brought up in a conversation.
true.
Dick.
We can.
Keeping in the AFC South. Colts 25, Patriots 24.
What a quaint little ball game.
Richardson.
This was the Anthony Richardsonist Anthony Richardson game of all time.
True.
And I love it.
That
Yeah,
2-point
I liked-
conversion went brazy.
That's what I saw from
Yeah.
the Colts. I loved the call to go for it for 2.
Mhm.
You're in the playoff hunt against a bad team. Just get it over with.
Don't go to overtime
And
and
they
risk
did.
losing. Just fucking
And then
trust
Joey
your guy.
Sly almost made a 68-yarder
I
and
thought
ruined
he
everything.
did. I was hyped. I was,
He was
so
like
pumped.
they were talking like the broadcast said he was probably like
Kicker did something
2
good in the
yards
big
away.
2024.
Yeah, dude, 2024 has been the worst year ever for the brand. I don't know, man. I don't know. Austin
but
Hooper did things, but in the end,
No, it's
Mo Alley
over.
Cox got no.
Oh, Ali Cox caught the 4th down conversion
Yeah,
to save the game.
he
for
got the more
Colts.
important
Wins are a
play.
tight end
Over.
stat.
Mo,
Wins are a
Mo,
tight end
Yeah.
stat.
Let's
Mo
go.
Ali Cox is officially he's the winner.
That would
of
almost work
the
out, except
debate.
for the Lions are good. Gonna think about
Wins
every
are no
other good
longer
team.
a tight
but,
end stat.
Because it's
Breaking
like-
news.
you know, Hawkinson, Goddard, Kelsey. Like I was gonna have the argument, but then the Lions exist.
Is that why the Bears only have 4 wins because they didn't use Cole Kmet?
Well, they don't use Cole Kmet, so that is part of the issue.
Unironically, yes. I hope now with Thomas Brown, Cole Kmet will be the offense.
Yes.
The DJ Moore guy you gave $100 million to, fuck him. The Roma Dunze guy you spent a top 10 pick on, who cares?
Oh yeah,
Get the ball to
Christian
85.
Christian Gonzalez sighting in this game.
Oh yeah, Gonzo rocks, bro. This
Yeah.
is nothing new.
Christian
Carmelo
Gonzalez.
Anthony.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
I don't
Ole
know.
Miss.
The Colts offense is weird, but like just run it with Taylor and Richardson and you're probably fine.
I just wish they'd get Anthony a little more involved.
Oh, Richardson barely missed him on a big play and it made me upset. I thought we had a moment.
Adonai's going to be so good when they find out how to get him rolling.
It's going to be more of a when Anthony Richardson finally like the thing with his accuracy, I think it will come around. He just has no reps like in real live football.
He doesn't have the reputation with his mechanics is not there yet,
Yeah.
and that's what's causing a lot of the inaccuracy.
Once he figures
also
that
think-
out, like Josh Allen 2021 style, he'll be there.
I do think too his mechanics could use a little tweaking, but that will come with time.
Yep. That's
But-
to me that's an off-season work thing. You're not going to change
Oh,
it
yeah,
mid-year.
absolutely.
You're just going to let
Yeah.
him rock and then
Right. Yeah.
we'll come back in
that's
the
what I'm
off-season.
alluding to.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh god.
You guys know who sucks?
Kirk Cousins.
4
Oh,
interception Kirk
Dude,
Cousins.
I
at
was
home.
so I was watching this game and I'd be like frustrated. Well, so I was watching Red Zone and I'd be frustrated with the Vikings just a little bit. And it would cut to the Falcons and show Kirk doing whatever the fuck it was Kirk was doing. He wasn't playing football. I don't know what.
His
It's like he
arm-
lost his arm strength, he lost his mobility, and he lost his brain. Like,
Oh no, we got monstered.
and he just like, it would cut to Kirk doing something fucking stupid, and I would immediately be like, oh, thank God, we made the right choice.
It's really funny because Kirk, there were 2 quarterbacks who played in this game, and Kirk was 3rd in completion percentage.
Yeah.
J.K.
But
Scott, the GOAT.
J.K. Scott completed the pass. Yes, sir.
I just had a mental image of like a Space Jam, but about football, and one of the little aliens choosing Kirk Cousins of all players to steal the talent from, and it's like Sean Bradley in the original movie. Like, why are you here?
Why
Yeah,
are
this
you-
What are you doing?
They're like, all right, buddy, who are you gonna pick for your talent? Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, like
What?
I got Micah
What?
Parsons. Dale got CeeDee Lamb. I don't know why I'm only naming Cowboys. Jeffrey got Miles Garrett.
There you
Who
go.
are you going with?
Kirk Cousins.
Kirk
Why?
O'Chains.
Bro wants that swag. Except it's not there. It's
also-
lost.
Geek.
Yeah.
Since you brought up a player I was wrong about, I'd like to
Oh.
present one that you were wrong
Oh
about.
no, who's that?
Mm.
Quentin?
Mr. Lad McConkey.
No, I didn't say Lad
Oh.
was gonna be bad.
You didn't like Lad? What's
No,
wrong with
He
you?
wasn't a lad guy.
No, I just
Wow.
stop. No, this is
I
this
did
is
get
changing
a-
the
Breaking
narrative.
news.
I did
Breaking
get.
news,
Listen,
Fish.
I had Lad as one of
Breaking
my
news.
top 5 receivers.
I gave you
and I
shit
got
for
a-
that.
Traded Lad
That's
McConkey
wild.
for the
That is
draft.
wild.
Have there been 5 receivers this year in the rookie class better than Lad
I don't
McConkey?
know.
There haven't been 3.
Well, okay, but also I don't know. Apparently, Kyler hates Marv. Adonai Anthony
There haven't
Richardson
been
doesn't know how to
2.
throw. Malik's better. Rome's better.
I don't agree with Malik right now.
Have you not
Uh,
been watching?
last
He's the
couple
only
weeks-
player on their roster.
Lad's the only receiver on the Chargers the last
False.
couple weeks.
Well, the last
Last
couple
couple
weeks,
weeks.
fair. Because
Okay,
At this very moment, because
Two
that
for
fits
12
my
points.
narrative.
but no,
Lad is
Lad-
the best rookie receiver.
and
in
I
football.
said Lad wasn't gonna be. I just said Lad doesn't have the talent of the other guys, and I stand by that. I still think AD would have been a better pick, but hey, Lad's been sick. Good for him. But I never said he was gonna be bad, and I didn't think. I did think
See,
it was
I
a
never-
bad pick because AD was there.
So
Adonai. It's
the
probably the same as
thing
Kamari.
that I
guess.
said is Kamari Lassiter
Sure,
applies to Lad
that's
McConkey.
fair. That's fair.
Therefore, Miller win.
But to be fair, the big one I actually hated was Ricky Pearsall. That was the
Well-
guy I didn't like that you loved.
Slick
I wasn't
Ricky-
as high on Lad, but I didn't hate
Yeah.
it. I just wasn't
Slick-
as high.
Yeah.
Slick Ricky gets a grace here because he got shot.
100%.
Shot,
Oh,
and-
he's Still played in more games since getting shot than Joel Embiid's played in all NBA season.
That's tough.
Did you guys see that graphic?
No, but that's great.
Hold on, I gotta find. It's like since the start of October, Ricky Pearsall's
Yeah.
played in 5 games and he got shot.
Joel
Uh,
Embiid came back and for like 2 games, and then from his big injury, and then he was just like, "I'm sick. See ya."
Yeah.
And he said he didn't feel good.
The thing
so he
that
sat
I
out
see
again.
with
Jake-
the
here.
Chargers is
This-
they
I found
miss
the thing.
JK.
Yes, they do.
He
Dobbins rocks.
completed the pass. What are you talking about?
The better one. The
Yeah,
Dobbins
no.
one. Their entire offense kind of stalled without J.K.
Because then they were
Dobbins.
playing the Falcons.
Right. Yeah. What's up?
Yeah. So the Embiid thing. It says games played since October 22nd, NBA opener. Ricky Pearsall shot in chest in August, 5. Joel Embiid sore knees, 4. The top reply to the tweet says, "Yeah, but to be fair, basketball only plays 1 game per week, whereas football may play 3 to 4."
I think that's
What?
backwards.
They're being they're being
Okay.
funny.
Oh, I
The
thought
point
they were
being,
just dumb.
Embiid's had way more opportunities to play more than 4 games than Pearsall has had.
Gotcha.
But
Also,
yeah,
Scott Matlock
Chargers.
had a 2-yard reception.
Also,
Yes, he did.
Tarheeb still might be the
Fucking
greatest.
rocks.
Might be the greatest.
He rocks, bro. He rocks,
Might be the
bro.
greatest.
He rocks, bro.
Hold on,
Yeah,
I gotta
pick
do
six.
some Millie football investigation real quick. What did I have as a grade on Tarheeb?
I was gonna say, did you? I know I didn't grade Tarheeb. Bijan, give him ball more. I don't know.
So it's a good idea, I believe. Yeah.
make
Give him a-
Ray McLeod not your number one receiver, maybe.
That
I
could
don't know.
work too.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Give Kyle Pitts football. Why he have no target?
It's bad.
Kirko Chains. What are we
Yeah.
doing? I don't know,
I don't
man.
know.
The Falcons are awful. Hey, I get to victory lap this. My Kirk without KOC is going to go back to Washington Kirk. Hey, I was exactly right. And actually, he got even worse with arguably more talent because the Falcons have a real offensive line. And so, I don't know. The Falcons suck.
Yeah.
The defense sucks. The Bucks are winning that division. The Falcons are missing the playoffs. And I guess Cuzzo's going to get traded. That's the current
I don't
report,
know.
is he might get traded at the end of the
I
year.
don't know, man.
Maybe.
I think he's going
Who's
to get
taking
publicly executed.
Who's taking him
I
in
don't
the
know.
trade?
I don't care. I really don't. He sucks.
Jets.
I
Jets.
don't care.
Oh my
Jets.
God.
Jets. Please, God, Jets.
Yes.
Speaking of the Jets, despite the Seahawks special teams' best efforts, the Seahawks win
What the fuck?
26-21.
Guys, Kenny Nwangwu. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's been
Despite
so
the
long.
The Seahawks tried. Laviska Shenault tried so hard to sell this game, and
Yeah.
it didn't let him do it.
Yeah, but Leonard
Jets are
Williams
just too bad.
exists. So
I was gonna say Leonard Williams was hooping, dude. He had
Big
he
cat,
had
baby.
thick six. I forgot he had a thick six. I was just thinking about
the thick
his pass rush,
six,
man.
the 2 sacks. Bro was
Yeah.
hooping. Julian Love was hooping.
AJ Barner, Tud.
Yeah.
Move.
Yeah.
Jackson
Also,
Smith
Miller
and Jigba
football-
still being the best receiver in Seattle is great.
This is true. I was gonna say Miller football gave the Chargers an A for drafting Tar Heaps still.
W.
Dare I say?
Miller- I was
Dare I
right.
say? Jackson Smith and Jigba best Ohio State receiver on the field in this game.
Yes.
Dare I
Oh,
say?
Garrett
this
Wilson
game,
looked bad this game.
undoubtedly.
But
Yeah.
also, most of that is on Rodgers. I swear to God,
Aaron
dude
Rodgers sucks
doesn't
now.
practice. Well, he'll make the most beautiful throw you've ever seen, and then the next 5, it's like he's never practiced with the dudes before and
Yeah,
doesn't know
no.
where to put. It's like, what is happening?
Oh, we're gonna find out in his new Netflix documentary,
Yeah.
Enigma.
Maybe you shouldn't go to Egypt all off season. Maybe, douchebag.
But he had to recover from his leg and find himself.
I don't fucking
Again.
care.
He had to find himself for the 15th time because
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe go back to Egypt and leave this version of you there, you fantastical moron.
I think when Aaron Rodgers, this is gonna sound morbid. I think when he dies, his brain's gonna
Okay.
be studied.
Wow.
Well, I mean,
It
everyone
needs
does
to
eventually.
be studied.
I'm not saying like Aaron's going to die tomorrow. You know, knock on wood. I don't want the guy to pass on anytime soon. I'm just saying, like, eventually when he does, someone's gonna study his brain and find out he had like a mutated form of CTE.
He had
Like it's just his
something.
own strand.
His own.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah, this
turned
game
everyone
stunk.
else violent.
That
and, like,
ayahuasca really changed.
oh my god, they're gonna find out ayahuasca mutates CTE, and instead of making you violent and aggressive, it makes you insane.
Well, it makes you a hippie, which, like,
Dude,
if
he's
that's
not-
how it
that's-
works, we should start giving everybody CTE. Or not CTE, ayahuasca.
No, see, saying it makes them hippies in reference to Aaron Rodgers is offensive to hippies, bro.
Damn.
Yeah.
Also, weirdly, like perfectly timed. You guys have multiple Twitter accounts logged in on your phone. You know how sometimes you'll get notifications from the other accounts for accounts that like you don't follow, but it
Yeah.
thinks you should or whatever. I just
Yeah.
got one from ML Football. It says trending. Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers' ex-girlfriend Shailene Woodley says he caused
Oh,
her
yeah.
to lose her soul, happiness, and joy in life. Shailene says Rodgers made her depressed and was at the lowest point in her life because of him. Woodley says the relationship was traumatic and toxic. Fucking tell me about it.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm being aggressively loud, but like, I don't know. I shouldn't downplay that. That's actually very sad. And Aaron Rodgers is a terrible human being. But
Yes.
speaking of terrible human beings, the Titans got beat.
42-19.
They're not
Speaking of
terrible
special
human
teams
beings. I just don't
disasters.
like them.
Oh, I was like, what?
Speaking of
do I
special
not
teams
know?
disasters,
Dude,
Titans.
Yeah.
I got nothing to say about this game, bro. It's just a
Just-
beatdown.
I was gonna say this is
Absolute
just Jaden
beatdown.
Daniels stat padding, dude.
Dude,
Yeah,
I'm
absolute
upset though
beatdown.
that Washington didn't. So when it got to 21-0 in the first quarter, I asked my Twitch chat. I was like, "All right, who's taking the over under? I'm setting the line at 50." And all of us thought 50 was well within range. And then the second half starts and Washington just decides football is lame, and it made me upset. Like
Mm.
I wanted them to just murder the Titans at that
Well, I mean,
point.
they
Like,
did.
no, 42-19 makes you at least pretend those were two NFL teams. I want you to walk
Really
away from
does.
this thinking an NFL team walked into a high school. And-
Don't finish that sentence.
And what did they do? What did they do?
Bullied a high school football team. God damn.
Racist.
I don't think that's it.
There's never been a good sentence or never been
Yeah,
a
you're
good
right.
story that starts with grown men walking into a high school. Ever.
You're right.
54 grown men walk into a high
No,
school.
well,
What do they do next?
It will shock you.
it will shock you.
What they do next will shock you.
There's Miller
Also, Frankie
Football's next
Luvu,
title
Yeah, Frankie
for
Louvu
video.
good. Good at football.
Scary Terry,
Frankie
good at
Luvu,
football.
not just good at football, all pro level good at football.
Yeah.
He's been on a tear.
Mike Sanders might be him.
Oh, he is. We love Mike Sanders still in this house. Also, they've been freed.
Yeah. Did you see where
Of
he
what?
signed?
The Rams, which is like the only team where his skill set makes sense.
Yep.
Literally the only team in the league where it could work.
I was gonna
And,
say
like, good for
suddenly
him.
he's gonna go cook.
Yeah, like listen, good for him. I don't like want Emmanuel Forbes to suck. I feel horrible for the guy, but like he was.
I don't know. You
huge
kept calling him a
detriment to
little
Washington.
bitch after he like was consoling Bears players and being a good guy.
Well, that was just me being angry.
That's fair. I was like, he was being a good guy. He was like,
Don't care.
don't care. I hate him.
But like genuinely though, I do feel bad for him. And he went to the one.
What?
How did I not know this before?
What?
Nick Bellore is on the Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
Former NFL fullback and special teams extraordinaire Nick Bellore is a Commander.
Uh-huh.
Shocking.
All right, can we move on to
How about that?
Good.
are the Steelers actually
they're
a
good.
contender?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Defense is really good. Russell Wilson is
Hey, it's almost
Is
like when
certainly-
your coach
a version of himself that is serviceable.
well, it's
Tell you that
it's
much.
almost like when you as a coach design your offense towards the strengths of your players, it can go well. This is the exact reason I hated on Sean Payton, and the exact reason we hated on who was the Hackett. All I could think of was Haskins, and I knew that wasn't right.
Bruce
but-
hating on Dwayne Haskins.
No, don't do that.
Crazy.
Like Russell Wilson.
Crazy.
How do you win with Russell Wilson? You run the ball a lot and you just let the motherfucker chuck it. And it
You
works.
give him George Pickens.
Well, I was going to say, you give him receivers who are good at just catching the ball
Dude.
deep.
If you want to know how bad the Bengals defense is, the Steelers brought in Justin Fields on a 4th down play to seal the game for a read option, and
I
the
was
entire
so
Bengals
mad.
defense and the entire Bengals defense bit on the running back.
Dude,
Every single one of them. Not a single person thought, "Hey, maybe there's a reason it's Justin Fields."
I was so mad.
No,
It's like,
no.
how does every single person sitting at home, every person in that crowd, and every person on the Steelers knows Justin Fields is keeping this football. Yet somehow the Bengals defense, who is paid real money to play defense and to know what's happening, isn't smart enough to kind of think about it.
I had my Thanksgiving this year on this Sunday. My family has a bunch of Steelers fans in it.
Oh boy.
And that play, it was me and one of my uncles who's a Cowboys fan rooting against the Steelers, and then everyone else in the room rooting for the Steelers. I have never felt smaller in my entire life than when Fields made that cut. Because I'm sitting there wearing my Bears hat, and my one uncle, who's drunk as hell and a diehard Steelers fan, funniest dude I know, he looks at me and he goes, "How about them Bears, huh? How about them Bears?"
After Justin Fields converted.
Right? I was just like, all right, man, listen.
You got me.
I can't. What do I say in that moment, man?
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. The Bengals, their offense is so good.
Dude,
But their
Mhm.
defense is the
video
worst I've ever seen.
after this game of Burrow and T. Higgins walking together and that little sad fist bump of like, yeah, it's over, man. It was so
The video-
sad.
Was it this week where Tomlin was mic'd up and they were walking in the locker room? Do you guys remember this clip? I think it was this week. He was mic'd up and Broderick Jones saw him hand his mic back to the NFL Films people, and Broderick Jones goes, "Oh man, you were mic'd up," and Tomlin just looks back and goes, "Yo, shut your ass up," and then just keeps walking. And
I think that was this week.
Oh, that's
yeah.
funny.
but
I
yeah,
love Mike Tom.
Steelers good.
Listen.
They're
Yeah. Geek, if it makes you feel any better, Joe Burrow owns a Batmobile now,
I mean,
so I think
Joe
all
Burrow
of his
is the
problems are
GOAT.
gone. Yeah.
it costs
No,
him
I
so
can start
much
so many narratives though about this.
$2.99 million.
Bengals.
$9 million.
Dude, if I had Joe Burrow money, I promise I'm doing the
I
same
don't
fucking
blame
thing.
him. That fucking rocks.
Yeah, dude, that's so
That
That
sick.
is so cool.
Is it functional?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't.
You
The only
can
thing is,
drive
I
it?
don't know if it's.
It is
street legal,
not,
it
but
is
I don't-
It's
functional.
not.
But also, he's Joe Burrow in Cincinnati. If he gets pulled over, they'll just go, "Oh, what's up, Joe? Let's get a picture," and then they'll just let him drive it. Nobody cares.
I'd like to imagine.
Dispatch, we got a Batmobile. Pull him over. Oh.
No, it's Joe Burrow. It's fine. Everything's fine.
No. They'd still pull him over because they want the picture.
True.
Joe
but they
Burrow's
pull
just
him
sitting
over.
there, like,
They pull him
wearing a
over and
Batman
then
costume.
realize-
Like, what seems to be the problem, officers?
I can start some narratives that Logan Wilson is the most important member of the Bengals defense now, though.
Is he hurt?
He did not play in this game, at least, and that is
Okay,
why
so the
Justin
Bengals
Fields
defense
converted.
being historically bad all season with Logan Wilson just changes when he's out.
Yeah.
Really, this is what we're doing.
Shh. Narratives.
This is shameless.
Yes.
This is shameless.
Hey, man.
Anyway,
Logan Wilson isn't going to bite on a Justin Fields read option, I promise. He's not that stupid. Ugh. The Bengals suck, man.
Yeah.
Lou Anarumo
listen,
has lost his mojo.
Yeah. Listen, the last thing I want to say about the fucking Batmobile.
Oh my God, we're still on this.
Listen, just imagine for the rest of his career, every time Joe Burrow loses a game, he goes home, gets dressed up like Batman, gets in the Batmobile, drives around Cincinnati, and blares "Something in the Way" by Nirvana.
That would be sick, actually. Oh my god.
And like some guy who didn't watch the game, he recorded it. He just hears it outside his apartment. He's like, "Oh, come on,
God
Are
damn
you
it, I was
serious?"
at work. Ugh.
But yeah,
That's the
moving
one
on,
time the cops won't ask for pictures too. It'll be, "We got a Batmobile on the road." Yeah, since he lost, just let Joe have this one.
Just let him have his moment.
Fraud Kings 23, Cardinals 22.
How you gonna beat up on a
uh,
short person, man? That's
What?
rude.
Crazy.
Hmm.
Crazy.
Bullying little people. I know what you are.
All right,
Yeah.
man.
I can't
Did
believe
you
the
guys
Vikings
beat
won.
the Cardinals?
Yeah.
I was talking to Miller. I don't actually remember.
They haven't played him yet.
Oh, really?
I don't think so. They probably didn't beat them if they have played.
Uh-oh.
They
You
didn't.
guys don't remember this game?
No.
Oh, they
Right
got
before halftime.
Mari
Mari
DiMercato.
DiMercato?
That's right. They
Oh,
crushed them.
fuck yeah.
That's right.
Oh
got
my
smoked.
god. Yeah.
That's right. Hey, I beat the Cardinals by a healthy amount, not 1 point. I'll tell you that much.
I
And
guess.
our quarterback wasn't our leading rusher. or at
Well,
least tied to be a leading rusher.
that's insane. but
Three-way tie. That is funny.
That's insane work.
Akers, Darnold, and Jones.
Johnny Munt scored a touchdown.
Yeah, dude. Best
And-
tight end 3 in the
Cardinals
league.
season's over. Wrap it up, Arizona. I'm sorry, man. Put Kyler on ice for the rest of the year.
Yeah, it's
Wash.
No, it's so
It's
funny
over.
because I don't know what happened, but the guy who was covering him just fell down.
Whoever it was, cut him.
Right?
Actually, cut him isn't enough. Put him down.
Put him down.
okay.
All right,
so-
you guys say your things about this game that you want to say before I say words.
Greg Dortch touched the ball 3 times. This is far too few times. Needs more touches.
They set him up horribly. There was one play they gave him the ball 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and like you only got one man to beat, and it's Andrew Van Ginkel. Sorry, dog.
I think the thing that I have to say about this game is I think Gannon needs to be a little bit more aggressive, especially in games where he's playing teams like the Vikings who are good
Well, it's
and have good offenses.
dude. It's the
He doesn't
thing-
need to march Chad Ryland out there when he could have Kyler go for it on 4th down or go for the score. So that's my big takeaway. I like Gannon. Think he's a great head coach, but in games like
it's the
this,
flaw
you
of
gotta
defensive
be a bit
coaches
more aggressive.
for whatever reason. Which you'd think defensive coaches would be more aggressive, but they're not, and I don't know why. Miller, you have anything else to say about this game?
No.
Okay. I'm going to start with some Cardinals praise. The Cardinals defense is like playing so far above its talent level, it's insane. Gannon is a great coach. And I think the offense will be better once you figure out your offensive line still. Kyler is still good. I get the one interception was just bad. I don't know why he's chucking it off his back foot deep. I don't even think he knew where he was throwing it. I don't know what he was doing there. The second interception, you had to make a throw. Everybody was covered. I get Marv is one-on-one with Shaq Griffin. I'm going to give it a go. Shaq won, whatever. Trey McBride's really good. But for the Vikings, I hated this game, but I also loved it. A Sam Darnold game-winning drive where every throw is perfect was something I needed to see. Our defense is still really good. Shocker. And I think the thing that I wanted to talk about was everybody keeps, like Jake said, the fraud kings, right? No. Let's compare this team to the 2022 team, the actual fraud kings. The Vikings had the 32nd ranked defense that year, and every single game that they won by less than 6 points due to basically some devil magic that year. And every time they lost in 2022, they lost by double-digit points. They were getting blown out. This year, they have won games by double-digit points, and most of their close wins haven't been true close wins. The Packers game, you scored a touchdown with 30 seconds left to finally make it a one-score game. It was a multi-score game for 59 minutes. That was not truly a close game. We blew out the Texans. We blew out the Giants. We beat the Niners handily before they were super injured. Like, this year, the Vikings, and then the games we've lost have been one-score games. We are close with everybody. This is not the 2022 team. This is a team that has maybe the best defense in football. I think the other argument for best defense in football goes to the Eagles. That's the argument right now. And you have maybe the best defense in football. You have Kevin O'Connell, who is like one of the 3 greatest coaches all time in one-score games. Like, you just trust that guy to win when it matters. And Sam Darnold has looked better in this system than like Kirk ever did even. Sam Darnold has been nails, dude. This isn't like the Case Keenum year either, where you're winning in spite of your quarterback. You're winning because of Sam Darnold a lot of the time. Some of these throws are just fucking nails. I don't know. Do either of you have an argument against what I'm saying? Other than like
I-
you hate the Vikings, so I get it.
No, Darnold will turn back into a pumpkin eventually, and I'll laugh. But
I
his
don't
day hasn't
think
come
so.
yet.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna
Yeah, we'll
say
see.
that because I don't want to like jinx it. I hope he turns back into a pumpkin, but I
Oh,
have no reason to
dude,
believe.
I
he
can
will.
wait for the day.
Also, I'm just going to say to be contrarian, I think the Eagles have the best defense in football.
Sure.
I know you said that's the other team you
I was
think
gonna
it
say
is, but
they're
I just want to make
close.
it clear that I disagree with you.
I want my objection noted. Yep.
I want my objection note. So the Vikings have the second best defense in football according to Miller Football.
Yeah.
Great. I will take it.
And guess who diced up that defense?
No, that was I stand by. That will be like the defining performance of his rookie year.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
that is what
Unless
you look at.
something
Like,
stupid happens
right.
these next couple
Yeah.
weeks, absolutely.
but like that's the game you look at where you go, yeah, Caleb Williams is real, dude. Oh my god.
dude, especially the throw to DeAndre
Yeah.
Swift.
Well, that one bugs me because if this was 8 years ago, DeAndre Swift dies.
Let's just
He
say
should
that
be dead.
DeAndre Swift should not have come out of that scot-free. He
No.
should be dead.
That doesn't have anything to do with the throw that Caleb
No,
made.
it was a
and the
good throw, but that
improvisation
was
and the, like,
that should be the
Attention.
biggest hospital
Eh.
ball of all time.
I was gonna say literally
Yeah,
any other
Harrison
any
Smith
other
being
era of the
afraid
NFL,
of getting no, not
it's a
any
Okay.
other.
hospital.
Yeah, any other
I'll
year,
take it
or
back.
just. I think Harrison should have just done it.
Yeah.
I
killed him.
stand by. He should have just absolutely hitmanned him and
I'll
just taken
add
the
to
flag.
it. The throw, like between Gink and another defender
Yes.
to Keenan Allen.
That was sick.
There's like 3 quarterbacks in the league that are
Yeah.
making that throw.
That was insane.
Caleb
Well,
Williams
there are 3
Aiden
that are always
O'Connell.
making it, and
Shut up,
and
Jake. Shut up.
Gardner
Shut up.
Minshew.
there are 3
Two
that
of
are
them on the
always
Raiders.
making it, and then
Two of
there's
them on the
Jordan Love
Raiders.
who's making it half the time, and the other half he's
Yeah.
throwing it to Andrew Van Ginkel.
Yeah.
No, the other half he's throwing it off of Andrew Van Ginkel's helmet, and it'll bounce up to whatever safety's lying in the
Or
back.
that,
probably.
yeah. Which would work
Yeah.
off Van Ginkel into Cam Bynum's hands.
He threw. He threw. Luckily, it was called back for PI, but he threw a pick off of Christian Watson's wrist today. Like
was-
it.
It was so funny listening to the crowd reaction when the flag got called on that play because Terrion Arnold like mugged him the entire route.
Literally, and then like they picked it, and the Lions crowd was like going nuts, and then they threw the flag, and they were like, "Oh, what?
A
There's no
justified
way."
penalty, no.
Then they showed the replay, and like Christian Watson is like fighting for his life. Arnold's just like, yeah,
Right.
come here.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That was goofy.
But you done yapping about the Vikings?
I think so.
All right.
I think compared to every other year of the or any other recent year of the Vikings, this is the least fraudulent Vikings team. This is a
There's-
real team.
I don't know if the Rams are a real team. I can't tell.
Stafford's a
Hey.
real quarterback.
That's all
He
you
wasn't
need.
for the first half for some reason. Something goofy was going on in the first half. First time McVay's ever been shut out in the first half in his career.
He's playing a little prank.
Must have been.
Just a little new boot.
Rizzy ball is over. Rizzy ball is over. They're done.
I don't know if the Rams can be a real team this year, but I think if Stafford stays, because he's at the point where you have to question it every year now. If Stafford stays, I think the Rams are like in a position to be the best team in the NFC next year.
Dude, get him another linebacker and another piece in that secondary, and absolutely.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, their
Verse
receiver
is
core
so
is so
sick.
good. Their
Ugh.
defensive line is so good.
yep.
And
It's
even
just-
like, I'm saying they need another piece in their secondary, but like, I really like their secondary as it is. Kobe Durant has been fucking crazy this year. Like,
I think
and
they
obviously
need a
Quinn Gibson's
linebacker
rock.
because I
They
don't
need
love any of it.
Omar Spates is having a really like.
I don't know
quietly
where
good
they'll. I don't
year.
know where they'll be picking in the first, but I think me thinks a Will Johnson would do very well for the
Ooh,
Rams.
That'd be sick.
first round.
Oh my God, give him Will Johnson. Hand him the trophy in the offseason.
'Cause,
Yes.
yeah, that well, I think Will Johnson would be a great.
I think
first
their
round pick for
biggest
them.
need is offensive line still. But I think-
Yeah,
like the
I haven't done a
projection
ton
for
of
their
research
line.
about the O line.
But also,
Like, if
I
you-
think what you
in
do
this draft,
is
but-
you don't draft it. I think you go the last Super Bowl version of the Rams. You go sign some veterans and get it ready. Because I like Avila. They already have the young guys. Like just
fine.
The only thing- genuinely
They
speaking,
can
they just need
have
a left
Josh
tackle.
Myers.
They need a left tackle, and that's it.
I don't know who's going to be out there, but they should go sign whoever the best one is.
Yeah,
Or
because
Teron
Avila
Armstead.
rocks. Bo Limmer has been very, very good this year. Kevin Dotson still rocks, and Rob Havenstein, unless he just forgot how to exist, is a very
He might have.
above serviceable tackle. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
speaking out of my ass on that one, but at the very least, the interior there in O
Yeah,
line.
the Rams can be really good next year, and they're still in the playoff hunt this year.
I'm checking-
They need Washington to start to poop, but they
Ronnie Stanley
still in
might
it,
be a
but-
free agent.
who knows? Yeah,
I would say he's the best guy here. I mean, you've got Cam Robinson, Garrett Bowles, Tyron Smith, but he sucks.
He's also
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah.
but yeah, Rams are good. Probably not their year this year, but I think it soon will be.
Yeah, they're already
Speaking of
back.
people-
It's tough.
guys, it's nice to see our boy Bryce start to grow up a little bit here.
Yeah.
He figured it out.
And is
He learned.
yeah, dude. What a drive to tie that game, and what a drive in overtime that Chuba had to sell. 'Cause
Yeah.
he worked down the field for a field goal. They killed the clock, and then Chuba coughed it up.
They were also like one weird call on an Adam Thielen touchdown away from just winning this in regulation. That was a touchdown, man. Thielen
didn't see
had
the
2
play.
sick catches this week.
Yeah,
Well, the one ended up not counting. I guess because there wasn't enough, because the ball was like on the opposite side of the camera. New question. Why do we not have cameras on both sides of the end zone at all
It's
times?
so
I don't
silly.
know.
Billion-dollar
silly
industry,
rule.
and we can't use
Yeah.
like use every camera. Use some dude's cell phone camera if you got to. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Get the correct
Sir,
angle.
we need to commandeer your iPhone
Right.
XR.
Fuck it. Like shit. But yeah, because I think Thielen caught it. Maybe he didn't, but
Oh no, Thielen's the new Dez.
maybe.
No,
No, but he had a better
No.
sideline catch anyways. The catch on the sideline with one hand was fucking
Okay.
sick.
Speaking of their offense, though, back to the point Jake was making with Bryce Young, is it just me that feels like just a sense of whimsy when Bryce Young is out there?
Yeah.
He's just,
No,
he's
I
just a
love it, dude.
whimsical little quarterback.
he was on my agenda this year. I'm so happy
His-
that this
his-
is working.
His smile's so infectious.
It really, it's like
He's just a happy little guy, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
I was gonna say, it's like watching a gnome run around out there,
Yeah.
but like in a good way, like a happy gnome, like a. I was gonna say fairy, but there's like weird implications.
no,
with
like,
that word.
I don't know.
He's just a funky little fella.
Yeah,
Also,
it's just-
speaking of funky little fellas, Bucky Irving fucking rocks.
oh, good, dude.
Yeah.
So good. So
So
good.
glad.
Xavier Leggett is my new Jerry Judy, where he's so good, but man, get some hands. Shit. Which is so weird, because coming out of college, his hands were sick, but now he doesn't know how to catch.
Yeah, no, I fucks with Xavier Leggett.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, he's cool.
Good at football. Tough.
I love
Good
that
at
guy.
Kyle
Yeah.
Trask threw a pass. What
Yeah,
happened?
Baker got hurt.
Baker got hurt. He came
His
back.
Oro willed him back
Yeah.
into the ball game.
Yeah.
Pretty much, dude.
Mm.
No, the
The-
his need to win willed him back in this ball game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was basically it. Before we talk about the Eagles Ravens, Miller, who do you think is going to sign Juan Soto?
Baseball.
I know.
Baseball.
I
I'll
know
give
that's
you that hint.
baseball. I know that.
I'm
Just a quick little Jake's baseball. We
Are
just
there
gotta
any
get out of the way.
are there any teams like in the running, or is it just kind of like we don't know yet?
The teams in the running are the Blue Jays, the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Red Sox, the Mets.
Yes.
That's
The
probably
Mets,
like
baby.
the
It's
top
all about the
five.
Mets. It's the Mets.
Could be. The
All
internet
right,
keeps
Miller
pretending
football.
it's the Red Sox, but
Miller football's official prediction: is the Mets. Geek, I'm asking you more on a more serious note. Who do you think is going to sign
It's
Juan
so
Soto?
gross, but I'm so sure it's gonna be the Dodgers, dude. I hate that team and everything about it.
Are they the fellas that got that Shohei fella?
Yeah.
Yep.
They're the team that keeps
Shohei,
signing
Mookie
people
Betts.
to deferred contracts
Freddie,
to not go over the
Freddie
luxury tax.
Freeman,
They're cheat. They're literally cheating.
Yamamoto.
What is a deferred contract?
So-
is that just like the money's pushed? way back?
Shohei.
So Shohei is making
not going to be making money above 10 million until he's like 40.
yeah. So
But his
he signed a
contract is worth, like,
10-year deal
600
worth
million total.
$700 million. He's only making $10 million a season, and all of his money comes in after he retired, which is like smart for the player, smart for the team. But it also allows the Dodgers to sign
It's
literally
annoying,
every
yeah.
player ever,
And they are.
Oh.
They are.
and it
As
sucks.
shitty as it sounds, if it's good for the player and good for the team,
It's
But
not
it's
good
bad
why
for
for
the
the
doesn't
league.
league.
everybody do it? Why doesn't
bad for the
everybody?
league.
Because
they
90%
don't have
of
the
teams
money.
can't afford it.
Can't
At
afford
all.
that.
Oh. So are they the only like big team doing it, or like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Yankees doing it?
The
Yankees
Yankees
can't
might
even do
start,
it.
but the Yankees at this
But
point don't
a
actually
team
have money.
like the Blue Jays, well, the Blue
Really?
Jays could.
But yeah,
A team like the Athletics couldn't afford to pay a player 10 million a season, even if they deferred everything to like
the Rockies
years
can't
down the
do it.
road.
Like 90% of
the
teams
Rockets
can't do
couldn't
it.
do that.
The
Crazy.
Dodgers are skirting the rules that are supposed to be helping the smaller market teams.
Oh.
So like it's good for the player, but
Which is why
it
everybody
sucks
hates
for
the
the
Dodgers.
league.
So
Yeah.
what I'm hearing is the Dodgers are simply being capitalists.
Yeah. To an extreme level. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Dodgers are late stage capitalism.
And my prediction is the Blue Jays because they're
You know
my
what,
favorite
fair.
team and they're in the running for a big free agent.
Where
Yeah,
is
I
Nolan
did-
Arenado getting traded? Apparently not the Yankees.
Third baseman, dude,
So the Mets.
give him.
I mean, Arenado and Soto would be the hugest moves for the Blue Jays. That would be so sick.
If Arenado would be a good consolation if no Soto. We don't have
That's also
anybody
fair.
who plays third base. Anybody.
Man,
Other
I
than
hate when I
Vladdy,
go to
but
a
he's a
party and
first
there's no
baseman.
Soto.
All right, let's talk
Anyway,
about
let's finish out because
football.
we got to cook.
Yeah.
Eagles 24, Ravens 19. Eagles are the best team in football.
Yes.
Best defense in football.
Yes.
They are absolute. I mean, they're a machine, dude. Everything about them. Saquon is so good. Jalen Hurts is so good. Yeah.
And you know what they did to push themselves over the hump, my friend
They
Jacob?
signed a fullback before this game.
No. They signed one after.
But they signed Kari
They
Blasingame.
signed
They
Sorry.
added Kari
Blasingame.
Blasingame.
You got to say
They've
it the
only
way that
gotten
one
better.
announcer did because it was
They've
funny.
only gotten better.
They signed Kari Blasingame.
I hate that.
It was so good.
Kari
Blasingame.
Blasingame is going to be the first. Call it now. Miller football seal of guarantee bullshit.
Don't do that because you're gonna jinx Saquon. Just don't. Don't say another word.
Right, not guarantee, but it's very likely. It's very possible. There's a world where Kari Blasingame is the first fullback in NFL history to block for not one, but two 2,000-yard rushers,
True.
both of which played in the.
It would have been crazy if this was like a Week 17 game and he blocked for Saquon for his 2,000th yard while Derrick Henry stood on the other sideline and
That
watched.
would have been
think-
sick.
That would have been awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, Eagles are really good, dude.
Yeah, dude.
And they're a wagon. I am comfortable saying they're much better than the Lions are. And
I agree
will
100%.
say that
This
defense is way better.
Even being biased,
Offense is better. Everything's
Yeah.
better. I don't. What do the
No,
Lions have on?
they have a
on the
better
Eagles?
coach in Detroit. As much as I hate to say it, Sirianni's a dumbass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, as much
Yeah.
as I don't
This-
love Dan Campbell, he's not a bad coach.
This team would be undefeated if it wasn't for Nick Sirianni. If
Yes.
they had a real coach, they don't lose a
Um,
game. I just
Were
wanted
there
to say,
losses?
Atlanta on Monday Night Football, they lost to Kirk Cousins.
yeah,
Atlanta and
don't remember.
ballfoot team.
They
The
lost.
Bucks.
Oh, shocker!
Bucks, yeah.
Baker doesn't
which
lose to
is
the
also
Eagles.
crazy.
No,
Yeah.
the Bucks just don't lose to the Eagles. It's like a rule.
Yeah. But
Which
I was gonna
is the
say-
thing. Baker is the guy who has beaten the Eagles and the Lions. Baker is the savior of the season.
I want the Eagles to win the Super Bowl, man.
Yeah,
I'm still rooting for my
to get a
team,
ring so
so-
bad,
Fair.
but it's not
My
a-
team's
it's
still
not
in
a-
it, so so is
Yeah,
James.
Mine too. Yeah. Yep.
This defense would beat the fuck out of Jared Goff, dude. I need to see it so bad.
They're playing, aren't they? No, they don't.
No, they will
No.
in the playoffs probably.
Yeah.
Not the
Because
regular
so
season.
bad.
Yeah.
there's a world. It's not a very likely one, but there's a world where the first playoff game, like the wild card game, is Lions Eagles in
Yeah.
Philly. There's a world. It's
Dude.
much less likely because the Packers decided to lose tonight, but there's still a world.
I need Milton Williams sacking Jared Goff like I need oxygen.
That'd be funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eagles really good.
The Ravens, that defense sucks.
Yeah, the
That's-
defense
yeah.
isn't good enough,
Their
but
defense sucks, and someone else is also very bad.
Yeah, Roquan.
Yeah, no, okay. Listen, their linebackers are the saddest fucking thing
Yeah,
I've ever
dude,
seen.
it's atrocious.
Their complete lack of anything against the run is so.
Hey, Chris
funny.
Board's coming in
And-
though. Maybe Board will make a difference.
And it's almost like a certain Bears fan once said that Roquan Smith can never be the best linebacker in football because he's not good against the run. But people wanted to forget that because he's fast and shoots gaps. Well, he doesn't shoot the right ones all the time, and when he doesn't shoot the
No.
right ones, he can't fit his gaps. He doesn't have any gap discipline. He can't play the run correctly. He is a coverage merchant.
Yeah.
Fraudquan.
Also, I know what Miller
Yeah.
wanted to bring up. Justin Tucker, it's about time.
over.
I don't think it's over, but
Hang the cleats. You're gone.
I
See
think
ya.
it's over in Baltimore. I really do.
Should be.
I think this is
Game.
I think this is whatever that was, 2009 Vinatieri or whatever. This is Vinatieri's last year on the Patriots. Has a bit of a stinker year, gets cut. I think Tucker could go sign somewhere else and still be good for another 5-10 years. But I think this
What if he
is
goes to Kansas City?
I would love that. No, but you know where he will go?
Where?
Based off of my thought of like going from one good team to other good team, it wouldn't be going to the Chiefs because they have their kicker. He's gonna go to Buffalo because Bass is going to miss another important kick in the playoffs, and Justin Tucker will be a Buffalo Bill, and he
He'll miss an
will be
important
the
kick in the
guy.
playoff for them.
Plus
kick the Bills to the
10,000
Super
Aura
Bowl.
points.
He will be the guy to kick the Bills to the Super Bowl when the Bills debut their red helmets next year. God damn it, I'm speaking it into
Speaking-
existence.
Speaking of the Bills, we had a little snow game in Buffalo this week,
That was so sick.
and it did not go well for the Niners.
Can
at
I
all.
shame Kyle Shanahan publicly for a second?
Why?
Christian McCaffrey. The
Rushing
guy
him
who
back?
well, rushing him back, but in this game specifically, you're in a snow game, the field's going to be shit. Both of his Achilles are fucked up. You want the guy who is your elusive back to go run around on the snow with fucked up Achilles and knees when you have a guy named Jordan Mason who is built for a snow game. Why is McCaffrey playing? Like, actually.
To play devil's advocate,
He's really good.
how much of this is Kyle Shanahan saying, I need McCaffrey? And how much of it is McCaffrey saying, I want to come back in this big moment because I need this for my confidence? I need this to prove the whole I can't stay healthy thing's wrong. I need to do this for me. How much, like, genuinely, and obviously,
As a
we
coach,
can't
your
know
job
the
is to look
answer.
out for the best interest of the player, not what they want.
Sure, I understand that. But I can't, I'm just saying, if,
No, I know.
again, I'm speaking entirely in hypotheticals because obviously we can't know.
Yeah.
But hypothetically speaking, if McCaffrey went to Shanahan and said, I want to play this week, coach, I can't get mad at Shanahan for saying, all right.
I can, though, because as the coach, that's your decision. Don't get bullied
Sure,
by your
yeah.
players.
Not even getting bullied. I respect him respecting his players' wishes.
Do you? He gave
Yeah.
Kyle Juszczyk one carry in the snow. Maybe Shanahan's just a shit coach.
But Maybe. I don't know.
He wanted to
That's not
protect
true.
Kyle.
Oh, he wants to
Yeah,
protect
so-
Kyle, but not Christian. I see.
Thing
Kyle's
is,
just Boo Boo Bear.
it is it's hard. Not nobody's beating the Bills in these conditions. It's
No.
it's very hard.
The Eagles.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Very few
actually.
teams are going to beat the
Saquon.
Bills in these conditions.
Ooh,
But
the Ravens. Because Derrick Henry is just going to
Maybe.
walk all over this defense again.
very few teams could beat the Buffalo Bills in these conditions.
Ooh, not the Dolphins.
Very few teams.
Ty Johnson had 37 yards in this game.
True.
Who did?
Ty Johnson.
Miller's goat.
Oh, yeah.
Miller football hometown legend, Ty Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bills beat up on them in conditions that they should have. Josh Allen's awesome, blah, blah, blah. MVP, maybe, blah, blah, blah. Narratives, blah, blah, blah.
He
VP.
should
It's
be,
either.
unless it's Saquon, who I think is more deserving.
I was gonna say it is one or the other. It is.
Yep.
The correct answer is Saquon. The NFL is going to give it to a quarterback. Answer is Josh Allen.
Yep.
In my opinion.
Yep.
Lamar obviously also in that conversation, but
The issue is team success. Lamar's not going to win his
Right.
division. And
right.
Yeah.
Final thought: it isn't Jared Goff.
no, he shouldn't be in the running. He's
No.
not even the most deserving guy in the NFC North.
He's not even the most deserving guy on his team.
I agree.
I'd just give it to both running backs before I give it to him. Just
Agree.
give him
Yeah.
a duo MVP.
That would be sick.
I think he's probably the fourth guy at quarterback in that division in deservingness.
Reels.
Love, Williams,
Yeah.
and Darnold are all more valuable to their teams right now.
I'm glad that you love Caleb. That's very sweet. But isn't there a guy in Green Bay too?
Shut up.
Stop.
Broncos 41, Browns 32.
Jameis Winston's
Oh.
so fucking stupid. I hate
He's
this
so
man.
dumb, dude.
I hate him. He's
so
evil.
dumb.
He's a horrible human being, and I hate that people just think he's silly goofy.
I hate
But the
that
Broncos
he's
are really
the guy
good.
who cooked the Broncos defense this year. That hurts my soul.
The it's Fraudcos, honestly.
Broncos, yeah, for letting that happen.
To be fair, I'm
Have
not
a
going to give the
conversation.
credit to Jameis Winston. Jerry
No,
Judy
Jerry
revenge
Jeudy.
game.
Oh, not
Jerry
only that,
Jeudy
they
was
had
nuts.
who was it? Levi Wallace. They had manned up on Judy all game.
Yeah, because Riley Moss is injured.
Yeah.
Apparently, the white man was important to Denver.
I was gonna say, let's twist this, okay? The real answer here isn't Jameis Winston's goaded. Levi Wallace is horrible.
Yes.
That's the takeaway.
You know who is goaded? Marvin Mims and Nick
Yeah.
Benito.
Sick.
You know what they have in common?
Yeah, Nick Benito's turned out to be really solid too.
I don't know, were they in the same
Oklahoma.
draft class?
No,
Oh.
Oklahoma. That's why they're the only
guys.
two Broncos I can
While,
like.
while we're gassing up Denver, you guys know what else happened in this game?
Was a fullback something?
Michael Burton rushing touchdown.
True.
Yes, there was.
I really thought you were going to say some Bo Nix bullshit.
No,
No,
Bo
he was
Nix
good.
had a very
He was solid.
fine game.
Yeah, solid. Did what he had to do.
Yeah.
He made some
Broncos
bad
are-
mistakes, but like he put the Broncos in position to win on multiple
Broncos
occasions.
are 8
Like
and 5.
it was a
Trust the Bucs.
fine football game.
Was.
Made some
But
big
yeah,
throws.
Broncos are making a serious push to the playoffs here. It's going to be interesting to
I
see.
feel like the AFC
Keep
playoff
up
picture's
with
kind of
it.
wrapped, dude.
Depends
I
on
know
what the Colts
people
do,
want to.
but yeah.
The Broncos would have to lose out for the Colts to get in, and like, hey, the Colts got their shot. They play Denver on Sunday, but like, the Broncos have Colts, Chargers, Bengals, Chiefs. I don't see them losing multiple
They could
games
very
here.
easily go 1-3 in
I
that one.
don't think they can.
Chargers can beat them for sure. Chiefs can and probably will beat them because they're the Chiefs.
I
Colts
don't
can
know.
beat them.
I don't know.
Might beat them.
Colts won't beat them. I don't
Anthony
trust. I don't
Richardson.
trust him against a real defense right now. All right.
I love
So,
him.
Sorry.
uh, game picks, right?
Let's make some
Yes.
picks and call it. We all picked the Lions. None of us decided to pick the Packers today. Why would we do something so
Oh,
silly?
Wrong.
would
I was
reduce
the
them
only
to
one who was
so-
right.
so-
Dude, I
fought
really
for
gotta
the
stop.
side of lesser evil.
No,
instead
I
of
fought
evil.
for the side of lesser evil,
No,
technically.
you didn't.
Yeah, because lesser evil is what matters to my team's playoff
Yeah,
scenario.
but like you pick the Packers, and they're the worst of the worst.
That's not true. The Packers don't
Evil.
intentionally injure my team's players.
No, but they employ a sex offender at kicker.
That's true. Another thing that's bad for the brand. The brand is taking hits this year, man.
Yeah.
Steelers Browns. Steelers Browns.
Steelers.
Steelers.
Sweep. I'm assuming. Yes.
The
thank Lord.
Steelers don't lose to the Browns at home. It's not. It's never happened. It never will.
And Shannon's gonna be Drew Lock.
Who's
If he
who?
plays. Steelers Giants.
Nope. Not Steelers Giants. Try again. Who the
Sorry,
fuck?
Saints Giants. Whatever. You know what?
No, I
Saints?
didn't actually. I had to look it up. Saints Giants. I'm taking the Saints.
I'm gonna go with the Giants, just off principle.
Valid.
See what's next. Jets Dolphins.
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 Okay. Jaguars Titans.
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 Mac
Titans.
against secondary with a pulse.
Yeah.
Titans.
Falcons Vikings. Give me the Vikings.
Vikings, sadly.
Yeah, the Vikings are going to spoil Kirk Cousins' life. It's
I don't know,
tough.
man. Kirk Cousins' revenge game would feed generations upon
Except there's nothing to get revenge over. Honestly, Kirk needs revenge against the Falcons for
Maybe.
signing there because the difference was, well, we aren't going to draft a QB, Kirk. You're the and then immediately lying to him.
Well, I mean,
He's
if they
going
ever-
to sell this game on purpose. He's going to
If they
forget that he's throwing to the Falcons and only throw to Byron Murphy, the rookie of the year.
I was going to say, if they told Kirk Cousins the phrase "You are the future," while he sits at his ripe age of what, 34?
They signed him to a
Yeah.
4-year
Maybe
contract.
that's Kirk's fault.
They signed him to
Yeah,
a
it's probably
4-year
his fault.
contract. That's not Kirk's fault. Also, it's worse. Kirk is 37, I think. I might be
Yeah.
wrong. 36. 36.
Yeah.
Eagles Panthers. Eagles Panthers.
in a
Eagles.
blowout.
I don't think it will be.
I think Saquon is going to be led by Kari, and they're going to go for 75 billion yards.
Whatever. Raiders Buccaneers.
Bucks.
Bucks.
Yeah.
Why are we all agreeing? I don't like this.
Yes, Cardinals. Give me the Seahawks.
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 Screw that. I'm taking the Cardinals.
All right. He's being
Yeah, we'll
different.
be
I'm not
different.
doing.
Contrarian moment.
I get it. But if the Cardinals and Rams lose and the Vikings win, playoffs locked.
Bears, 49ers. Give me the Bears. I'm taking the
Bears.
Bears.
Give me the Bears. What the fuck? I mean, new head
Oh,
coach bump.
no.
The interim head coach bump. You can't pick against them.
Jeff Ulbrich. Pick against him.
My sister just gave me a horrible look for that.
You deserved it.
Yeah.
Bills, Rams. Bills in a blowout, honestly.
Yeah, give me
I
the
don't think
Bills.
the Rams are going to be able to keep up offensively. All right. Let's see. Chargers, Chiefs. Give me the Chargers.
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Okay. And finally, Bengals, Cowboys. Give me the Bengals.
Bengals.
Bungles. God damn it.
Yeah, that is our picks. And
Jake, do you know what our scores are?
no, I have to do some math.
Okay. Well, I can tell you mine.
I was gonna take some time this week and just add them all up.
Heard. I can tell you mine because mine's kept track of by the app I use.
This guy has an app.
Yeah, I am 125 and 71.
I am
At the current
better
moment-
than that.
I don't know if that's
At the current
true.
moment, here we are with the fantasy league. Eek has risen to the top of the fantasy league.
Rigged.
He is And currently, if the playoffs started today, Miller would be the only member of the show to miss the playoffs.
Yeah, because I'm the only member of this show that's more
there's a
concerned with real
chance-
football than fantasy football.
That's not
well,
true.
your real football team is the worst one too. So
Yeah.
Damn.
What about it, buddy?
let's cool off on that one. But okay, listen, he is 8-5. I'll say that he's
Yeah.
8-5 and out of the playoffs. The league is for some reason really good, and I don't know why.
I don't
we
know.
have 3 teams who are 2-11. That's a big part of it, I think. But yeah, that's a fantasy league. Oh, we'll get the picks for next week. But yeah, I believe that is our show. Obviously, there's no show for Thanksgiving. We'll be on a wonderful Thanksgiving last week, and Spotify Wrapped came out this past week. That was pretty cool. We have a 5-star rating, and we are in. I don't know how many video podcasts there are on Spotify, but we're in the top 25% of them. That's what Spotify Wrapped told me. So,
Yeah.
thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. Thank you guys for all of you guys' support. Hope you guys had a great holiday. Make sure if you're on Spotify, give us a rate, give us a review. If you're on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, turn on those notification bells so you never miss an episode and eventually a Fortnite video that I'm working on. We will see you guys next time.
Bye.